So pure, you are my everything and more. So sweet, like honey, your lips, girl, I adore. And baby, that body's more than perfect, the best I ever saw. And I ain't even close to done, it's just the beginning. So let me tell you, first we was in my bed, baby.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Tonight's Cigarden Panel discussion is about the word abortion. In June of 2022, Roe v. Wade, a historic civil case that federally protected the rights of women to have abortion, was overturned. Since this decision, there were hopes amongst many Americans that the recent presidential election will have a result bringing about a change in the Supreme Court's ruling. However, newly re-elected President Donald Trump stands firm on the Supreme Court's ruling that the federal government should not be involved and that the issue of abortion should be determined solely by state law. We're going to get into this tonight. I am Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, always joined by the illustrious Cigarden Panel with I am Jazz Garcelle and the God Ali Dawu L at BK Soul Farm. Make sure to like and share the video. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Peace, family.
Peace, God. Peace, team.
Hey guys, how's it going? Almost Thanksgiving. How you guys doing? How's the weekend been for you guys?
Chilly. It's been chilly on this side.
Yeah, it's rainy today. It's all rainy and windy. I stayed in today.
Yeah, I got a lot of rain too down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the rain is coming. I think the rain is coming soon. But it's always good. Yeah. Man, we got a good show tonight, y'all. We talking about abortion. And I know it's
Scarlet letter A. Scarlet letter A.
I know it's a tough topic. And let's go ahead and get into it. So if for all the people who are watching who knew what we do here at Cigar Sundays Live, the Cigarden Panel, which is us, we take words, phrases, and sayings that are commonly used in American culture, and we define them, analyze them, break them down, and share our own personal insights and exchange insights about them. And we have a good time while we're doing it. We have fun while we're doing it. So with no further delay, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get into the definition of abortion. And first, we are going to go to the Merriam-Webster definition. Let's go ahead and add that to the stage. And we have abortion: the termination of a pregnancy after, accompanied by, resulting in, or closely followed by the death of the embryo or fetus, such as A, spontaneous expulsion of a human fetus during the first 12 weeks of gestation; C, miscarriage; B, induced expulsion of a human fetus; C, expulsion of a fetus by a domestic animal, often due to infection, at any time before completion of a pregnancy, compared to contagious abortion; 2, a mishappen thing or person, monstrosity Woo. Monstrosity. B, informal plus sometimes offensive, something regarded as horrifically or disgustingly bad. 3, arrest of development as a part of a process resulting in imperfection, also a result of such arrest. Next, we're going to go over to Google and get the Google definition. And what we do, y'all, is we pick these sources. I kind of gave y'all the short version. We pick these sources, Google, Wikipedia, and Merriam-Webster. And this is what we kind of go by to get the definition of these words, because this is what's commonly used today throughout American culture. So abortion we have here from Google: the deliberate of a human pregnancy, most often performed during the first 28 weeks of pregnancy. Then we have 2, an object or undertaking regarded by the speaker as unpleasant or badly made or carried out. We can also click here. And we can see that what else they give us? They give us here in medicine, the expulsion of a fetus from the uterus by natural causes before it is able to survive independently. And in biology, the arrest of the development of an organ, typically a seed or fruit. We're going to get back to that later on, a seed, because it got to be planted. An object or undertaking regarded by the speaker unpleasant, badly made, or carried out. And then we have this etymology is a mid-16th century from Latin abortion, from abori, which is miscarry. And then we can go and we can pull up Wikipedia. And Wikipedia here says abortion is the termination of a pregnancy by removal or expulsion of an embryo or fetus. An abortion that occurs without intervention is known as a miscarriage or spontaneous abortion. These occur in approximately 30 to 40% of all pregnancies. When deliberate steps are taken to end the pregnancy, it is called an induced abortion, or less frequently, induced miscarriage. The unmodified word abortion generally refers to an induced abortion. It's kind of getting real redundant. So
yeah,
Got it.
We pretty much got that part. So now that we have pretty much defined what an abortion is, we have 3 questions that we always pose here on Cigar Sundays for us to kind of shape our conversation around. So pulling up those questions now, tonight's first question is, should the government go back to supporting abortion on the federal level? Our second question, is abortion solely the woman's decision? And our third question, is there any benefit to abortion being banned aside from special circumstances? And we could start off with the first question. Should the government go back to supporting abortion on the federal level? And I think that we're going to go ahead and yield the floor to I Am Jazz Garcelle to lead us off.
I am the woman. I guess, I had the uterus. Okay. So,
That's not fair. You always go
yeah,
first.
E power in the house.
Nah, look,
Um,
now
so
I'm gonna let you live, but it's
okay,
it's
yeah, yeah,
useless without a seed, and the
right,
seed is
yeah, no,
useless
no,
without a
of course,
uterus,
yeah, no, it's
right?
there's two parts,
Uh,
of
yeah,
course, yeah,
yeah.
takes two to tango.
Okay, okay.
But
All right, you
okay, so
got
I
it.
think at the federal level, which is basically them having control over all the 50 states, um, I think that yeah, it should go back to that, but at the same time, yeah, I do. I do. I think it should go back to that because it's difficult for people, for women, whoever's in that situation to be like, "Oh, I need an abortion, but I can't get it in my state. I have to do all this stuff to travel 3 states across just to do this." Or, you know, you're in a predicament and, uh as Kamala Harris famously said in one of her campaign videos, a woman is bleeding out in the parking lot because their doctor won't perform an abortion because it's against the law and the doctor's afraid of going to prison. No woman should have to endure that, should have to like go through that, or any man should have to like, deal with that with her, like because, it could be a partnership too. But like I don't agree with that. I think that the fact that it was overturned federally is just crazy. I mean, it was around years. I don't know the exact year it was, you know, uh, created, but the fact that it was overturned, like you said, in 2022, that's unheard of, and it's just like, why? What are the benefits of it being overturned? Because there's just, I mean, yeah, I think it should go back to being federal. Yeah, basically. Make it easier for everyone in the country. Just, you don't have to worry about, oh, I live here and, I gotta go here, or my city is this way, but I have to just, you know,
Can I ask you a
it's
question
a
about
lot.
what you said?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Go
like,
ahead, God. Yeah, the floor is open.
yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
finished. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's
I
your
got a
thought?
question. I got a question for you in reference to
Oh,
what Kamala Harris said. As a
okay.
man, this
Yeah.
is a question out of ignorance. I'm saying that when
Okay.
you said that Kamala Harris said that a woman would be bleeding out in a parking lot because her doctor would refuse to give her an abortion. My question is,
Hmm.
why is the woman bleeding out in a parking lot? Like, was she bleeding out in the parking lot? Like, why is she? So I'm having a hard time understanding, imagining a doctor seeing a
Right. Because
person
you're
bleeding.
I guess, because you're a
No,
man,
no,
or
no.
what,
No, listen,
or
let me say what I'm saying.
okay.
I'm having a hard time understanding why a doctor would see somebody bleeding and not help that person. Like I can't see how you can go to a hospital and literally be bleeding and they say go someplace else. That's the part that I don't understand. So if you can help me with that.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, I'm not the doctor in this situation, but I do know it's because so many doctors, they're being penalized, they're being threatened, their jobs and their their licenses, or whatever, their private practice, their way of life, to be basically their certification, their degree, whatever, their doctor credentials can be yanked away because they're performing an abortion in certain cities and certain states, because now it is illegal in a lot of states.
Yeah,
So obviously yeah, I mean, it's horrendous and it's crazy to think you see someone in pain and, bleeding profusely and you
that's
don't
my
help them, but it's because of
that's
the
that's
laws.
that's my question. I don't understand
Yeah.
that.
It, the,
Why if I'm imagining if a woman is bleeding, something is terribly wrong. If anybody's bleeding, something is terribly wrong, right? Unless it's your menstrual cycle or something like that. Um, I'm saying something is terribly wrong. You go to the hospital and you're already bleeding. I'm saying, why would they turn you away? One, I'm trying to figure out, why would you be already bleeding prior to an abortion if you just pregnant? Then I'm trying to understand,
Mm-hmm.
why would the hospital not help a bleeding patient or victim? Like, I don't understand that at all.
Right. Well, again, I mean, every person's body is different and everyone handles pregnancy differently, depending on what trimester or what type of health care the person was, how they were taking care of their bodies, and whether they knew they were pregnant or not. That has a lot to do with how, successful it's going to be, how successful the pregnancy is going to be. Say they didn't know and they're just, they're bleeding. I mean, I'm not a doctor. Like, women, things happen. Like, it doesn't mean that they had, okay, I'm a little, okay.
I'm just trying to understand
Yeah, I know.
how we get to a woman is bleeding in the parking lot because her doctor won't give her an abortion. And I'm trying to make that sentence make sense. Like, I don't understand it.
That's it. That's the whole point. It doesn't make sense. It shouldn't make sense. That's the point. That it shouldn't be happening. No doctor should refuse care on any person, let alone a woman that's miscarrying a baby that
Miss,
wants an abortion because she wants to.
so
Yeah,
so am I to understand that the woman is miscarrying and that's why she's bleeding?
possibly.
So this miscarrying woman goes to the hospital and the doctor says, "No, I'm gonna let you continue to miscarry on your own. I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
nothing."
I'm
Like,
I'm I'm about to.
I don't understand. Like, because even though I know we read that how miscarriage is like a light abortion or a natural abortion, I guess what the word was in one of those
Um,
definitions, like an
it
Okay,
automatic.
said
hold on.
it
I'm gonna
said
pull up.
that
I'm gonna find the article because they're
it says
recently they're like,
spontaneous. It says
Spontaneous,
spontaneous, right?
right?
Spontaneous.
So it's still
Yeah.
considered a part of an abortion.
Right.
I'm just trying to make it make sense, right? Because
I don't
uh,
think it made sense at all. Because I've never been in around any medical professional that has seen a person bleeding and did not aid them. So I think that it was an extreme reach on her
right,
part to
exactly.
make a point that didn't really make sense, because this is the thing about if you're bleeding and you're in a hospital parking lot, you're going to get help. They're going to come out with a stretcher, they're going to pull you in. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Even if they can't perform the abortion under based on her theoretical, right, this abortion is already in process. The woman is already bleeding. So there is already a malfunction within the pregnancy. So she actually doesn't need an abortion. She needs a doctor to
it,
assess her to make sure that the baby isn't dead, to make sure that the child is okay. You know,
I'm thinking, God, like, if she bleeding like that, like, she might need the doctor to save her life.
I mean,
Hey guys,
either way,
I mean, I don't know. I asked the question because it didn't make
yeah.
sense to me, and the answer I got back was even more confusing to me, right? Like, and if it's not meant to make sense, and it's just meant to pull on our heartstrings.
right, exactly. I don't. Yeah, I was just quoting her just to give you an idea of what, obviously the severity of the law being overturned. Clearly, what she did that as a, you know
So
tactic
you
for
so
her campaign.
this was an article where a woman died after waiting 40 hours
Yes.
for an abortion during a miscarriage. Okay. So I mean, now how many is this? One of one, or is this one of thousands? You know, like, and that's not to make light of it, but it's just to ask: is this drawn? Is this because we can't say it didn't happen, or is it because we can't say that this is a constant thing? You know?
What do you mean, bro?
Okay, so like for an example, um this is a situation that is real, right? Because the
Yeah,
article
yeah,
happened,
both of them. Yeah, the first
right?
one, the lady in Texas.
Okay, and then this is another one in Texas, right?
Yeah, because that
Right.
they have
So
that
and
ban.
so right. So in Texas, this is the thing that's happening, but it's not in New York, in California,
Yeah.
in
I
Florida,
mean, I would have to look up
in
exactly which states it is, but it, you know,
right. So then we can't say that this is happening throughout the country. We can say it's happening in Texas,
Yeah. And
right?
this actually supports the actual first question, right? Like, because if I'm gonna answer it now, I would definitely say yes. The federal government should mandate that, right?
Should
Um,
should the government go back to supporting abortion on the federal level?
if that's the only way to make abortions legal everywhere, then yeah, right? Because
yeah,
even leaving it up to the states, like some people might be more religious than others, right? Depending on where you fall under that Bible belt or whatever. Um, and that's not right because
Because at the legislature, you get outvoted
right.
amongst your peers, amongst the people, amongst the community, amongst the state residents who,
see, but at the same time,
because if it gets voted for,
I'm also pro moving too, right? I'm
Pro
also
what?
I'm moving. I'm also I'm pro going to where I can do what I want to do and live how I want to live, right? So, like, if my state all of a sudden said, you know what, we are outlawing ALIs and we're gonna make it hard for ALIs, I'm either gonna bang out or I'm probably gonna move,
Yeah,
right?
but it's
Like,
not that easy for everyone to pick up and move because of a law.
but if
that's
it results in you dying, then
if it's
you could
life or death,
you
then you
can
got to
walk
get up
40
out of there.
hours. You can walk 40 hours to the next city or whatever and rest. I mean, there are ways to do things if you really want it. Um, so yeah, to answer that question, I definitely support that. Only like you should be allowed to get that if you need it, right? Or even if
Yeah,
you want it, right? You shouldn't have to, like you said, Jazz. You shouldn't have to go through like multiple states and because I think even with that, I think that might be tricky, right? Because if your state heard about you getting an abortion, I think you might be facing charges or something like that. I think I heard something like that.
I
All
didn't
right.
hear anything
Well,
like that. That's
well, I
interesting
do,
though.
I do know that all states have circumstantial, where, like, if you're a victim of SA, you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
then um then you are allowed to exercise um the ability to get an abortion, to abort that.
Is
Hmm.
is that part universal?
That's universal.
No,
Yeah, the whole country. Yeah.
no
The
take
whole
backs. Like,
no take, everybody,
so
everybody collectively agrees, the nation collectively agrees that if a woman is violated in that capacity, then yes, she should not be deprived of her, because that's trauma. Like,
Yeah, that's
you
major.
know,
okay.
yeah. Uh,
So we not talking about SA. We're not talking about that at
no
all. Well, so we're only talking about consenting adults making decisions that they regret later.
facts.
See, I'm anti that though.
Okay, so we ain't get there yet in the show.
Yeah, but there's parts to it. You can't be anti one part and anti not the other.
Nah.
What?
I mean, I guess you can,
we ain't
but
get there. We ain't get there yet though, but we going there though. Oh, we going there for sure. Because that's what we all about.
For real though.
Because we gonna raise the frequency.
Yeah, this is ignorance, right? So it is 100% facts that every state, right, in United States of America, if something happens negatively to a woman,
yes,
that they have to terminate that.
No, they don't have
no,
to.
They don't have to, but they have the option. They have the choice to.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if she wants that, like they have to do that. They can't pull a religious card. They can't pull. We don't do that here.
No.
No, not in those circumstances. No.
It's not like that. Word.
No. And that's every state, even the states that have banned it completely. But there's the caveat though. Those are the caveats. You know. And there are some other caveats that they have too. I just haven't studied it, but that was the main one that was of importance.
Yeah, that's huge.
Let's see. So our question was, should the government go back to supporting abortion on the federal level?
So hold on now. I might want to change my answer.
Wait, what, Ali? What'd you say?
Yo, so I might want to change my answer because I was under the impression that
come on now
that law meant that no matter what, like you just couldn't you couldn't terminate, right? But if something tragic happens, then everybody agrees that the right thing should happen. Then I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Does the federal government need to be involved in people's personal choices, though?
No.
Then the answer to the question is no.
Oh, man.
We got like a whole bunch of comments.
I think if the answer is no, that the federal government does not need to be involved in our personal choices, then I think the answer to the question is no.
Well, that's your answer, right?
Let's see, right.
I'm the one answering it, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like at first, I thought it was I can speak to the abortion for a miscarriage because we've been in that situation. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't read that.
But the Republican states are trying to take away those exceptions.
For real?
What did she say? Or what did they say?
I mean, shout out to my man G from the D. What up, baby? But they not going what up though? They're not going whatchamacallit, they're not gonna be able to take that away. You know, like they just not gonna be able to take it away. It's those exceptions that come from the extensive situations. They're not going to be able to take that away.
Yo, if that was true, bro, like that would be like the need for a whole new party, like for everybody to be like, yo, y'all tripping, y'all bugging, we going over here to where it's rational. Like that's crazy.
Not ratchet. Hold on.
I said rational.
Big Rob, what up, baby? The federal government is the only way to protect women. The states will always go with what the current party demands.
What he mean by protect women, though, Big Rob?
Protect women.
What does that mean? If people are making choices to have reckless sex, who needs protection?
They should still be protected regardless of their choices. They still have a right to health care and, being not having their life threatened because of whatever. Yeah, they make a choice, but they should still. Every woman should have.
Hold up, God. Okay. Hold up, God.
Wait, is the guy gonna comment? What's the guy? Robert.
Hold up. Jazz, you said that if you're in a predicament, right? You said that if they still,
when I said predicament, I meant like the women in the news articles, like you know, you're 17 weeks pregnant and like, you know, you're having bleeding and you could have an infection, then I think, you know, those are, you know, and you can't tell what situation, who, there's millions of women in the world. Like you can't tell which pregnancy is going to be healthy and which isn't, or which is going to have complications and which isn't. To give, like, to put a ban on it, or to be like, well, you're okay to have an abortion, but you didn't make such great decisions, you can't get one. Like that isn't fair to people. Like if someone is in pain, if someone is,
what constitutes that point right there that you just made,
what do
where
you,
you
what do you
where you said
mean?
somebody made a bad decision, you can't get one, what would that be? What would that look like? Would that look like
Not,
reckless sex? Would that look like just, you know, I'm living my best life? Would that look like think like a man, act like a woman, think like a man type shit? Would
Some
that look like would
YOLO.
would that look like would that look like um I'm smashing everything, like I don't care, like if these dudes
yeah, yeah, just
these niggas
all
ain't
those
loyal,
things that you're
so
saying.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna be
whatever.
loyal either. Okay, so
Yeah,
that
all
person,
those things. Yeah.
those people in those situations still deserve a right to an abortion, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
I'm
think that we
not
as,
agreeing with you. I'm just
yeah,
helping you
no,
with your
I'm,
point.
that's just, yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. I know,
Okay.
understand you're not agreeing, but yeah, that's the point that I'm saying. And
Okay.
because everyone, like we all have bodies, we all have, like, you know, you can't decide like, oh, well, you were a good person, so you get good health care, or you can die from this abortion, or it was a different situation, so you can stay alive for, like, I don't think that's fair to like judge someone based on how they got pregnant, or the circumstances regarding how they got pregnant, whether they should have good health, have good health care, like
Okay. So let
be
me ask you
taken care
this.
of,
Okay, right. So
you know.
is access to health care and getting an abortion because you made a poor choice on who you choose to sleep with, is that the same thing? Is that denying you access to health care, or is that just a bailout because you didn't date with a purpose, you didn't date with intention, you was just casually screwing around, and it just take you remember that seed that we was talking about earlier? We need that, you
Right,
need
right,
that seed to go in that uterus in order for this to even be a thing, right? In order for you to need
right.
that health care, right? That's how you,
Yeah.
right? Okay, but is at this point, is it not healthy? It's not health care, is it? It's a bailout. Because
uh,
if you don't put yourself in that situation, then you still have access to health care. If you were if you're if it was taken from you, right? If it was taken from you and you were SA, right, then you would be entitled to the health care aspect of it. If you
I would
get with
imagine even if you got an infection or something like you should still be entitled to health care.
health care, right? If you like the person in the chat said that they went through a miscarriage, right? Like I'm sure that
mhm,
was him and his significant other, right?
right,
Like they still were entitled to the health care.
right.
He didn't say that they was going to go get an abortion because they decided that they didn't want their child. They decided that you good enough to get this vagina, but you're not good enough to be a father. You
Uh,
good enough to fuck me. We good enough to fuck each other, right? But we not good enough to
to have
be
a family.
responsible
Yeah,
and build this family, right?
yeah.
So now that abortion is a get out of jail free card. That's how that's looked at. That's not access to health care, you
That's
know?
not. That don't sound like health care.
So Rob said laws need to be in place to allow women to make the decision to govern their own bodies. And what I'm saying is that women have governance over their own bodies. They just
Yeah,
choosing to be reckless.
yeah. That's why I don't understand that. Like they get the whole right to make choices. It's called consent.
Like the dude you liked or he liked you, Like that's how y'all got together in the first. That's how we got together in the first place, because we liked each other.
Yeah, but
So sex
however,
was
like,
easy. So
yeah,
sex
I
was
mean, yeah,
easy. But because I didn't have any other standards, because she didn't have any other standards, and we was both hot and heavy. Now, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however, an hour or two, however you're going, right? Now you got a whole life that you're responsible, and now somebody's saying, we don't want to deal with that. So I don't think that that's access to healthcare. And peace,
ye-
Ash. And and
I got that question.
and that's a good question.
what
And
question?
that's not access, that's not having access to healthcare. That's all I wanted to say on that note, y'all. We're gonna come back to the comments in 1 second.
Okay, there's a lot of
Um,
comments.
I don't think we answered the first one, did we?
Well, yeah, you
um,
did. I did.
well, should the government go back to supporting abortion on the federal level? I think that um I think no. I think they shouldn't.
Yeah, I want to make it clear though, as long as the special circumstances are still there, to where if something horrible happens, that healthcare can be provided, or if something medical happens or the medical change happens, healthcare can be provided. Like I'm with that, but it's like,
I don't care how rare the state is, that common sense will never be negated.
and I,
Ever.
and as long as that's the
Ever.
case, then
Ever.
I'm also might be saying no too.
Ever. I don't think that ever. Why? Like that is inhumane.
Like I'm almost thinking like real deal, like like that's like your state, like your city, like y'all should be voting on what it is that y'all want to do.
That is inhumane. But I do think people don't want to take responsibility for their actions. So this is a big part of why there's so much disdain towards the federal government for backing out on it. But I do want to say this, because it's not just one side up here.
That's crazy.
It's not just one sided. What we want to make sure that is that we share information that people may not have access to. I don't have the stats, but in the United States, we have a declining what they call it. What's the rate? Maternity rate, population declining.
But
People
that mortality, yeah.
mortality
No,
rate.
mortality, that's when people die.
Yeah.
So you're saying,
What is it then? Correct. Help us out then. What is it? What is it called with the babies? Like people ain't making babies. Okay.
oh,
Like
you're saying that the population is declining in America.
correct.
Oh, wow.
All right. So because people aren't making babies, this is the reason why the federal government removed themselves from it. Because when you study geopolitics and you look at places like China, where it's billions of people and they outnumbering us, when you look at these big issues about why they are letting people come through the borders and things like this, all of this stuff plays a role in that, where they are like, look, we need to encourage people to have sex and have babies. It's just like, you can't do that by just saying, hey, everybody go screw, everybody go do, make babies, because people need to have resources, and so many people don't have resources. And that's the reason why a lot of it is the way it is now, where people are choosing to not procreate, also
When you say resources, what do you mean?
Well, if I'm going to have a family, right, then I should be planning to have a family. So I should have a job.
Okay. Right. The basic
home.
stuff that you need for kids. Okay,
I should be able to provide
food, clothing, shelter, protection of that. Real simple, right? Like the very basic things, right? Like that's how you prove love.
And when you actually have, a whole generation that's just like, we can't get a job, we don't want to work, we don't want the jobs that we have. We have a society that, most people have degrees, but aren't even working in their degree specific fields. Like it's a lot, it's so much stuff going on that that plays a part in that. Not saying that the federal government was right in their action. You know, I'm not saying that they were right in their action. But what I'm saying is I understand why they actually removed themselves from it and put it on the state, because the government is in the people business. If it's not more people, then they can't collect more tax revenue. Then it's not more people
Right.
working. Then it's not, you know, so
Oh my
it's
God.
it's a whole system
It's the
that you
whole
got.
thing.
Yeah, like, so, you know, so of course, to the reckless person, to the young male who just want to smash everything, all right, we'll start there. Like what J Man say, let's start there. You know, like to the young man that just want to smash everything, right? Then guess what? He not thinking about that. All
Of
right.
course not.
He's not thinking about having a family, having a wife, having this. He just trying to smash, you know, where the thotties, you know, where they at. Because they out there. Then you got the thotty on my bodies, you know, and I'm pimping a nigga. The nigga getting pimped from me. And you know, he get this pussy, he takes this pussy, blah, 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 and all that other shit, right? So when we have that as a culture that's not promoting any type of family nucleus, any type,
Anti-family. It's
it's
anti-family. Actually.
completely anti-family, then it encourages people to do what? It encourages women to be whores and men to be whores. Okay.
Having reckless sex, people popping up,
Casual sex.
reckless sex, right?
All right.
Because if you
Yes,
can,
but there are times where condoms break, or when, you know, like something happened, like people are not, there are times where people are not trying to get pregnant and they get pregnant. I'm not saying that, I
if
mean, it happens. It's a
if you
fact of life. I'm not
if
going to
you
sit
are
here and
if
say
you
every
if you
person that gets pregnant by accident is dumb, or they're an idiot, or
sis,
whatever, that they're not entitled to
it's,
get an abortion, because that's not true.
it's about personal actions though, right? Like, so people make
Yeah,
decisions to do
but
things,
sometimes condoms break, sometimes things happen. That's
which means that you made a choice knowing that sometimes condoms break and sometimes things happen. So
right.
if you know that going into it, then you don't get to cry later when the condom breaks and things happen, right? You
Well, I mean,
chose.
you could, because that's your choice. I mean, everyone has a different choice. Everyone's life is different. No one is perfect. No one is like, you know, only God can judge, truly. So, I
Mm.
mean, you
But we
know,
do every day.
We do
shut, shut.
But we do every day.
every
You know,
day.
No,
We
we
gotta
don't.
we have
yes,
a
No,
we
we
whole
do.
cancel culture.
Every day we do every day. So how? So I don't think only God can judge. I think everybody judging some shit.
Isn't
Everybody
that isn't
judging
that
what they want.
Okay, well, I don't think it's
isn't that
right.
what a
I don't
isn't that
think
what
it's
a
right in
Karen is?
some instances, because you're not God. You might say, like, you might call yourself God, but you ain't God.
According to the
And
book, I am. According to the book, I am.
Yeah,
okay, well,
according to the book of life, I am too. So,
all
and
right, all right.
and I think you are a God assist if
Oh,
you
thanks.
conduct yourself as one. Okay, and that's
Right,
where
yeah,
it
it's all in how
starts.
you act and how you carry yourself, definitely.
You
And I
know,
mean, I feel like also that sex ed should be in schools, because I don't remember. I mean, I remember when I was in high school, we had, or in middle school, we had it. I don't remember, like when I worked at the high school maybe 3 years ago, I don't remember anything about them having sex ed. So I feel like that is something that should be definitely in schools, at the middle school, you know, actually fifth grade. I think that's early enough to start teaching the kids,
I
like,
think it should be completely out of school for real. I think
you
Totally.
sex.
do, you
Has
do.
Yes, I
nothing
think
to do with
sex should
school
not even be a focus.
at all.
Okay,
Reading,
I
writing,
think sex should be the
I mean,
last thing that
reproduction, not like,
period. None of that to
none of that.
children for what?
For what?
For what? For
I mean,
what?
just so they can
They need to be
know the
focusing on
basics,
becoming
like,
astronauts. They need to be
You want a
focusing.
stranger to tell your child about how they should be feeling about themselves and about what their body going through when they got a whole daddy and a whole mommy
yeah, but
at
not
home.
everyone's parents are going to talk about that. Not everyone's parents are
That's what
the
I'm
type
saying.
that's going to sit down and
That's what
talk
I'm
to them, and
saying.
that's
That's
sad.
reckless.
Some kids need someone at school that they can lean on, that can tell them the facts. Everyone doesn't have a home life that will give them the real talk. And that's just, what it is.
That's true. That's true. It's a lot of, and I think that this is a start in the process to correct that deficiency. And I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit later. Um, should a father have any right to the decision of his child being aborted? That's a question that we have up.
Yeah,
Um,
that's our third joint.
that's that's actually our second question.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Is
our
it?
second question. And since we on it right now, let's go ahead and bring that up. Let's go ahead and bring that
Well, I mean, I
let's
would
go ahead
say,
and bring
you two are both happily married. So I think it's different. It depends on what the situation is. Everyone's situation in life is different. If you're like how you're saying, you're just a girl and you sleep around or whatever, like, and you get pregnant and the dude is like whatever, he's just some dude that you like had sex with, and he doesn't really have a real place in your life, but obviously you let him have sex with you, so he has definitely some place in your life. Yeah, I mean, he he has a say in it, but are we talking like emotionally or legally? Because you know, you could cut somebody off like that. They don't have to have a say in it. It doesn't matter if they're the other half of it. They don't have to have a
you
say.
cold,
It's
you
your life.
cold, you cold as shit.
No,
That's how I
I'm
know.
not. I'm just
That's
being
how I
honest.
know we the same blood, cause you
No,
cold blooded.
stop. Now,
You
if
cold
I'm
blooded.
if
No, Jazz. No, I'm going to say no. Absolutely not. If you allow a man, that is a problem. The problem right there is why is he good enough to get the pussy in the first place, but you haven't considered all of those other things.
well,
That
that's
is
obviously, yeah, that's
that's
the
the
first issue. That's
problem.
the first issue.
That's the problem. But
That makes
if
that
you
makes
but
that makes it reckless.
that makes it completely reckless. That means you
Right.
reckless with your box. That means you check off all the other boxes. You got a good job, you got good credit, you got this, that, and the third, but you loose than a goose. You know,
Right.
like why you checking off all the boxes, but then you reckless with your own box? Do you not care about yourself that much? That's one of the
Mhm.
things. But
That's
it's wild.
insecurity, and I don't know what else. But
That's
I mean, not
wild.
to judge anyone, but that's just my views
She
That's
said
on
not to
wild.
judge
type of
anyone.
behavior.
You're
Stop.
not gonna judge? You sure?
Okay, okay, I'm judging. All right,
That's
I'm
right.
judging. Okay, guilty.
All right. So going to the second question, y'all. Is abortion solely the woman's decision? And Jazz, you was just
I
saying
feel like
like
I kind of just
you can cut a dude off
answered that.
like because you just smashed him, and then but the condom broke, and then you really did, but then you found out after you let him smash and the condom broke, then you found out he was a bum. He didn't have any ambition in life. He was lying. He was doing all this. But all of that stuff sounded so great. All of that stuff sounded so smooth enough to get in the draws. So, like,
Not over here. No.
no, we're not talking about you
Yeah,
directly.
no, I know, but I'm
We
just
talking
like,
about the
what?
theory that we talking about the theory that you presented, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, then. So this is going on in society, right?
yeah. It's sad.
This is why we have single mother households,
More than, yeah, more than ever. Let
more
me
than
look
two
that up.
parent
Actually,
households, right? More especially in the Black community, right?
definitely.
Okay, because it's a lot of women that do follow that mindset of the theory that you just shared, where it's like, yeah, I could just smash this dude, okay, but then once I get pregnant, I decide, oh nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm nah, because he ain't this and he ain't that, but he was good enough to get something that you can't give back.
Right.
The one thing that you have that you can't get back.
Right. That you should cherish and protect and all that.
You know, So like the hypocrisy in the shit, you know what I'm saying, is like,
That's deep, God. Yo, when you said that, the first thing I thought about was a disease, actually. Right? Like I'm thinking about the condom breaking, and now he gave you a disease that you can't get rid of, that you can only spread, right? And
Wait,
it's
what'd
like
you say, Ollie? The kind of
like
break. I mean,
no, I was listening to him, and the way he made it seem like the way he was talking about not that you can't get it back. I started thinking about the condom breaking and Buddy giving the woman a disease, right?
oh,
Through that
that's possible.
exchange,
That's
yeah,
possible.
that's scary.
right? And you can't oh, I didn't want it from that guy or whatever. You can't wish it away, right? Like it's real, right? So that's what I be saying, right? Like, yeah, I guess you can technically cry, but
Right. And we're not talking about people that's married, Sash. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. Just regular,
We're not,
everyday single
and
people.
we're not
Yeah.
talking about people that are committed, that are on their way to getting married.
yeah, because they're
Okay.
having conversations about their life and
Right. You
they're,
know,
they're
Yeah, that's
talking
a
to each
completely
other.
different situation,
like,
obviously.
like I want to make a comment too. And this may offend some women out there, but I don't care, because it's the truth, and the truth hurts always. All right. And I think that's what we do on this platform. We're gonna share the truth with y'all. And y'all, I need some help on this because I don't know. I haven't researched it correctly. But the transgendered men is a woman a biological woman.
I
So,
don't know. I don't know
let
which
me
one of
look it
those.
up. You're
I don't know.
saying transgender men,
A transgender man. I think that was a woman biologically that changed into a man.
what
Okay.
is
Because we
Yo,
just
I
okay.
was just thinking about that the
Okay.
other day, and I was like, yo, which one is
Okay.
right?
Okay. So because we want to respect everybody, you know.
Correct.
Google says
Okay.
that a trans woman is a person whose birth sex was male but who lives and identifies as a woman or
Okay.
a transgender woman.
Okay. So what's the transgender male?
So that's a woman that thinks they're a man. That's a woman. I apologize.
A woman
That's
that identifies as a male.
identifies as a male.
Okay. So let me say
Right.
this, and I hope this hurts some women feelings. Okay. Transgendered
Males.
males are more responsible than than
Again, I think it's called cis.
no, are more responsible than uh uh natural
Like
biological
regular.
women.
Oh,
Okay. And this is why. Because most of the times transgendered men, because they are born biologically
why are
women.
you laughing?
Because it's
Okay.
tricky.
Because it is, because I'm trying to be correct and I don't have full comprehension, but I know what I want to say. All
Right.
right.
Okay.
Transgender men, all right, typically when they are in a relationship with their partners, they plan getting pregnant. Almost 99% of their relationships. Okay.
Wow.
They plan it.
That's huge. That's a huge. Wow.
Okay. But yet, biological women out here
Not planning.
not planning nothing, and then want the government to come save them from being reckless.
It sound bad, but it's the truth.
Hmm.
And
It's
that's a
interesting.
problem. That's a problem. You know why? Because it's more transgender households with two parents than
Mm.
it is single black mothers raising their child.
Wow. That's wow.
You know? Right, right. And at the same time, transgender men don't like men, right? They went, but they have a partner that is I guess
Committed to them.
another a biological woman, I guess. And
Not even that. Like Jazz said, they got a partner that's committed to them, that they committed to each other, and they doing life together.
Right. So they've committed.
Right.
Right. So they just like a married couple that we not talking about.
Exactly.
Because
So
Right.
so
The
so
elephant.
my point is,
Yeah.
they exercising more discipline
yeah,
than the sisters. So
And
what I'm saying,
responsibility.
yeah,
right?
because
You
they
know,
planning.
so I'm just like, you know, I'm just like, damn, like y'all okay with getting outdone?
By,
That's
te-
wow. That's
by
crazy.
technically by dudes, old school dudes, I guess, right? Like
You
that's the
know,
way. That's crazy.
okay. So these are things that people won't, that people not saying, but we talking about it over here on Cigar
Yo,
Sundays. I'm
that's
telling y'all.
if that's that. Yo, God, that's if family is still important. Because if we talking about abortions, then family is not important.
Okay. But we also talk, you're right. But we talking about when the question of, when the question of, I can't think we kind of jumped ahead, but when our question of, is there any benefit to it? All right. Then there is a benefit to it, because there is a benefit to abortions being banned, because now it should make the male and the woman participant think about their actions before they do it. Because
Before they even
now,
get in the position to get pregnant together.
exactly,
Facts.
instead of just allowing themselves to be out here screwing recklessly, because now there is a consequence where you may have to go across state lines. How do we know that some of these things that we talk about, like with the federal government saying, okay, we hands off, but now these states may say, okay, well, do you have an ID?
Mm,
Right. Right.
Are you a resident of the state?
Yeah. Didn't even
You know,
research that.
so now you think you're gonna get in the car and just go because you and Pookie or whoever, uh
mm, damn.
Not
Dean or
Pookie.
Ray, or whatever the hell you was smashing or
Man,
whatever,
man.
man, whoever, you know what I'm saying? You let him hit it because he was so handsome and everything. And now guess what happened? Now you gotta go across state lines, and when you get across state lines, you had to get your money up because you ain't asked him. So you had to try to find the money. Then you get the money up, then you get across state lines, and they tell you, guess what?
We can't do it.
You can't do nothing. You don't have an ID. You're not a resident of the state. So now what you gonna do?
Whew.
Keep
Did you
driving.
did you keep driving?
Grin and bear it.
Now you got to keep driving until you find a
You
state
know,
that's gonna say yes.
and that's true. That's the truth right there. The right to choose starts at conception.
Like that's facts.
Before conception, before you even think of, I mean,
Yo, I have been married a really long time, right? But
uh-huh.
I do have a polygamous mindset, right? Which means that when I see a beautiful woman, my thought process is, do I want to pay any of her bills? Other,
Um,
otherwise, if I go talk to her, I'm probably just about to waste her time and mine because I don't want anything from her other than her body, right? Like that's just a waste of time, right? Like that's
The attraction was physical initially anyway.
anyway,
that's how it
right? Like
is. I mean, initially it will be. But so wait, what are you saying this? I'm not trying to be rude,
what I'm
but
saying
what?
is be responsible and make good decisions, right?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Like like don't
But
waste
I mean,
like think about if you like so much can go wrong when you have sex with somebody, like you were literally exchanging bodily fluids and people out here just doing it like it don't matter, right? But then like Pearl say, right, then want the government to be there to bail them out so they can go back to treating their body like it don't matter and
Correct.
then
yeah.
and and then
However, I feel like, I mean, just because someone does that, and I mean, like, okay, has a situation, whatever, gets pregnant, like, I don't think, I mean, everyone isn't equipped for a pregnancy at that time. And yeah, okay, sure, they should have thought about that. But you know what? I don't think they should be like vilified for that. Every situation and every person is different. I don't think, why are you making that face?
Because I don't
I
think
don't
they're being vilified. I don't think they're being
Vilified.
vilified. Yeah, I think that challenging people to accept responsibility and accountability for their own actions is not vilifying them. It's saying you made a bad choice. It's saying you put yourself in this decision. Now you in this place. You made the decision to put yourself in this situation. Now you honor it,
Yeah.
and
The
take
old,
care of it.
old,
And
old school, you made your bed, now lie in it.
yeah, that part. So so I don't think that's villainous. I don't, because we all have to choose. Like ain't selling drugs illegal? If you sell drugs and it's illegal, you go to jail, right? Ain't murder
okay.
illegal? You kill
Yeah.
somebody, you get caught, you going to jail, right? So because they made abortion illegal, don't mean, like, I'm a man, right? And I just got married, all right? Even though I've been with my wife for a while, all right? But I don't have no I don't have no baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Right.
nobody baby daddy
Mm-hmm.
on purpose. Okay. So that
Right.
means that my discipline was, regardless of whether I've had plenty enough money to be able to afford a situation if I had to. I've never asked a woman to get an abortion. And I've never had a woman come to me and tell me that she was pregnant and that she desired to get an abortion. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So thankfully, all right.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that just because I haven't had those situations, don't mean that I put myself in situations to be reckless, to where now I have to look for that as an option to bail me out. Okay. So now if abortion is completely, all right, completely illegal, all right, except for those circumstances, now everybody else has to be responsible. You would think, or you have to deal with the consequences. That's it.
But that's a major consequence. That's like a whole person. Like everyone isn't equipped to deal with that. But I mean, I don't know. Like I
That's
don't know.
what
It's a
happens when you
big
have sex.
decision. It's a big,
Then you
big
then you know
thing.
then you know what I suggest they do? Masturbate. Okay. For real. Find some safe sex or something. For real. Because if not, what if it happens? This can happen. This is a reality that we live
Yeah, of
in.
course.
So I'm curious now. Like, so is the narrative by the women that's in front of this issue, are they talking about, women's right to, like, are they talking about women or people being reckless, or is it the bleeding woman in the parking lot narrative? Right? Like,
Uh,
what's
yeah, I
the
don't think it's the reckless narrative that you're like thinking of. Like, I mean, like, what do you mean by, I mean, there's
yeah,
different, those are real stories. It's not like just stuff that's made up that they're trying to like say that they should have abortion because of these sad situations. Like, these are real situations that happen to women. It's not like they're hiding the reckless situations. Those are like real situations that happen to women. You know what I mean? I don't think there's a certain particular narrative that's out there for women or by women about abortion or from Congress or whoever. That's just, it is what it is.
See, a lot
You
of
know what
this
I
stuff,
mean?
is like this, right? Like from this right here, from this situation right here,
Damn,
you
we got
know,
50 comments.
from that situation right there, it's like
Hmm.
these are medical things, like where medical treatment is needed.
yeah,
Right.
Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's not
you being pregnant, that's not a medical, you just pregnant.
right. Like you being pregnant and having complications with your pregnancy, you
That's
are
different.
entitled to
well, yeah, that's
whatever
what I'm
type of
saying.
medical
Right.
treatment
If
that
there's
you
an
need. A
issue, that's
ban
the
on an
point.
abortion would not deter that. That is part of these circumstantial things. Like if you having complications in your marriage and you in this, I mean, in your during your pregnancy, and you go to the hospital, and because of like that right there, like the infection or umbilical cords being wrapped around and all types of different things, people are not going to get turned away from medical care because of a ban on abortion.
Or what if something is wrong with, like, what if the baby is doing something to the mother? I'm sure they're gonna save the mother's life. Like, I don't see
right,
them not doing that. Like,
I
right. Like
mean,
if it's
maybe, but like
complications,
this situation, she was turned away because she wanted an abortion and they wouldn't give her one and she died.
yeah.
She was in labor for 40 hours.
why
I
she
mean,
wanted an abortion and she died.
I
Like, I
mean,
don't
see,
understand.
I
Let
mean,
me read.
see, this
I
is
gotta read the entire article. Like
right.
it's a lot.
And
But
this is what I want to say also to that. All right. Because he
yeah,
said that's why the woman died from infection because they wouldn't perform the procedure. Okay. So
right.
this is why it's so important, right? For people to have health care. All
Yeah,
right. Not just access to an abortion, because
Right.
everybody's talking about the after the fact, but nobody's talking about where was her prenatal
Before
care?
or during.
Where was her prenatal care that notified, that made her aware of this thing so she didn't have to go to an emergency room?
Exactly.
You
because
know,
infection is antibiotics, right?
I
Like,
mean, some stuff I
why would
don't know. Everything is unique,
no, I'm
but
saying, but why would, like, as the person, as the non-doctor, if you got an infection, why would your automatic thing to get rid of your infection be, I need an abortion?
and
What?
that's what I'm saying. Like, so when she went there, like somebody should have been able to run some tests. It shouldn't have been, I'm here, I need to get an abortion. You
It
know,
wasn't that. It was she was 17 weeks pregnant. A miscarriage was in progress. So she was carrying her. She was 17 weeks pregnant. A miscarriage was in progress. The doctors in the hospital noted. They said that they offered to speed up the delivery to save her uterus from a deadly staph infection.
okay.
But it says they had to wait until till that there was no heartbeat. The baby had a heartbeat, so they were like, okay, we can't do this to you because the baby's technically still alive and that there's a heartbeat. They had to wait until the heartbeat was gone.
And
Um,
in doing that, unfortunately, the mother passed away too.
right,
Is that what
exactly.
happened?
Yeah.
Okay. See like here's where people playing on the narrative of under informing everybody of the whole situation. All right. And saying, but what are people saying? Oh, they should have just cut her open.
No, because what?
Okay. But then you have medical professionals saying, and I guess they judged wrong, like
Right.
like what I'm saying? And I'm just like, doctor, that's what we saying, like right here, like doctor visits,
Yeah,
you know,
prenatal care, all that stuff.
prenatal care, even because of the infection, like
See,
these are,
but you have doctor visits and you have the prenatal care when you make a plan, like when you are being responsible, right? Because you have medical insurance because you know that you might fall down and hurt yourself, and you might need to go to the doctor,
Right. But
right?
everyone
So,
doesn't have medical insurance. I mean, everyone should, but I
well, then you
mean,
shouldn't be out here making babies
yo,
if you ain't
sis,
got medical insurance.
real talk, sis. I am anti, right, dudes.
anti what?
I'm anti men. I'm anti males. I'm anti guys talking to women if they ain't got no job, right?
Okay, but I'm
But
speaking.
I'm
What does
I'm
that
saying,
have to
listen,
do with?
I am pro responsibility, pro accountability.
Yeah, no, so am I completely.
I'm saying that a man should not be interfering with a woman if he cannot afford to take care of a child because she might get pregnant.
Because she might get pregnant.
If you're not prepared to do life with this person, you probably shouldn't be exchanging bodily fluids with this person. If you don't know this person well enough, you probably shouldn't be doing the most with this person for right now, just to get this feeling felt.
Hey, sorry guys, I got a phone call. I'm back.
Right? Like that's what I'm saying. So far, like all this stuff we talking about, like that miscarriage thing, like that was crazy. Like that sound like the state law messed that up
It does. It sounds like a malpractice suit or something. You
easily.
know,
Right. But and it's like I don't even think she can do that because it's a law now. Or it's
Nah, because
well,
it sounded like they said that they was gonna speed it up. They'll speed up her process so that the miscarriage or whatever was going on. So it sounded like they was
yeah,
down.
yeah, they were gonna speed it up. You're right. They were gonna speed it up, but since
Then they
there was
law
a
then their
heartbeat,
lawyers came in and was like, yeah, can't do that,
they
guys.
couldn't.
you
That's
can't induce the labor.
Can't induce
So,
right,
it.
because it's
Yeah,
still technically alive. It's
but
living.
here's the contradiction. They weren't trying to kill it. To abort is to kill, right?
yeah,
So if they
Right,
speed
right,
up, so if
right.
you induce the labor, then you just gonna have a premature birth.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not an abortion. So I don't even get from that like how you know everybody is saying that
Yeah.
they couldn't perform an abortion because they weren't trying to perform an abortion. They were trying to induce labor. So they weren't trying to kill the baby. But they didn't induce the labor fast enough, and the infection spread, and
Right.
the baby passed away, and the woman passed away too.
Correct.
So, like that's a very unfortunate situation. But I mean, gotta
Yeah,
understand the language a little bit though,
yeah.
fam.
I just and
Yeah, it's
for
a
me,
lot.
for a woman to say like I have an infection, I want an abortion, like those two things don't make sense to me.
No,
Yeah,
it
no, but
doesn't.
I don't even think she said that. It was just she was in so much pain. She wanted to get, I mean, she wanted help from her.
Must got another phone call.
Yeah,
Hey, sis.
we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, God, like that's what I'm saying, right? Like that sounds like one of those onesie twosie situations. That's the thing they call it, abortion laws, but they add other things to the law.
Yeah,
Yeah, and because of that is why it's important to be responsible, right? And to know what the law is actually talking about, right? Like to know what's real and what's not, right? Because if they talking about and that's why I said like even with the first question, as long as they take care of the special circumstances
right,
universally,
right.
r- I'm pro saying no. But a few of the comments I'm reading saying that they actively trying to change that, and that's scary to me, right?
Yeah, and I'm saying it'll never happen.
Like that's scary. Like that's
Yeah,
scary to me, man.
I'm saying it'll never happen because common sense will
Right?
always,
Just
it's just like it's certain things. Like, yeah, there are unfortunate incidents where you do see some stuff like that happen, and I'm sure they learn from that. I'm sure that will never happen again. Like not like that. It might happen again another way, but it won't happen like that on those people's watch and
Right,
their
on those
facility.
doctors in particular.
You
Yeah,
know,
they learned from that situation.
yeah, like of course, because they just gonna be like, we don't want the death of a person. That's the last person a physician wants is a death.
but
When
Right.
that's
they
it. That's
contact.
Especially a
theirs.
parent and a mom and a baby.
You
That's
know,
that's two, right? Like
okay, and here we go right here. West
Right.
Virginia doesn't allow an exception for rape for SA if the woman is over 8 weeks pregnant.
Wow, wow, that's
You
crazy.
know, that's one of them states. Then and I would actually have to
wow.
see that. I would actually, I G, send that to the email, that actual, that law, that statute.
Like seeing like stuff like that, right? Like that's what I'm saying, right? Like so whether it's federal or not, if your state got stuff on the books that you don't like, I think it's your responsibility
Please, thank
to
you.
to get a petition going to change that.
And that's what I'm saying. See, and those things at that level, on that state level, this is where now women voices unite. So
Yeah, like hey, we like
if you live in a
Right.
state, you be
Mm-hmm.
mindful of those things, and you share those things with your
Right. Go to your
legislature,
politician, try to
you know, to let them
change
know,
it.
like, hey, like, look, we don't like this law right here. Y'all need, and that's all it takes. On the state legislature, you can change it. On the
you,
Fed, you ain't gonna do nothing about the federal government at all, period.
Yeah, no.
that's all of Congress.
Yeah,
You can't do nothing about
you gonna
that.
do nothing about that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
too much. That's too
And then the
big.
Supreme Court already said they're the highest court in the land. They already said hands off.
They're not
What they
doing.
say,
The
forget
It's
about
not
it.
in our
only
hands
only
yet.
thing that you can do is your state. Like is your local government is the only place that you can actually like affect like real tangible change. Like
Right. Yeah, your local government. That's it.
That's right. So look, y'all, we've been having a great conversation up until this
Hey,
time. Y'all know what time it is. It's
you
time
talking
for
about
the
geek
flavor
stuff.
bombs with Boss
hey,
Babe, Jazz Garcelle. Let's go ahead and get into that, y'all, real quick. We are going to take a little 60-second break, and then we're gonna be right back with these flavor bombs with Jazz Garcelle, y'all. Happy holidays from DBCHEFTV. Get dipped in fresh drip with 25 off the entire website from now to January, with a huge selection and savings for every Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas list. Celebrate the holiday with DBCHEFTV gifts. Visit www.dbcheftv.com and tap the gift shop link.
this whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
We getting this money, ain't no limit, what's the cost? You ain't got it, don't run it up on me. Baby, I'm a boss, babe.
Hey guys, it's Jazz Garcelle, and I'm here with your flavor bombs for the week. So, as we know, Sean P. Diddy Combs has been going through his fair share of drama with his legal situation. So, the latest is his legal team submits a brand new proposal for his release. Conditions include a $50 million bond backed by multiple family members. He won't have access to his friends or his phones or the internet and more. He's already been denied bail 3 times since his arrest. Also, there's a new blog out saying that his mother, I don't know his mom's name, but his mother has been using her name for a lot of his legal business so that things are in her name and not his, so that he's not the one getting in trouble for such legal issues. Also, so the Grammys. The Grammys are coming up in February. And of course, Queen Bee is now the most nominated artist in history with 11 nominations for her country album, Cowboy Carter. Big ups to Beyonce. So that's pretty cool. Also, okay, Trick Daddy, Miami rapper Trick Daddy, had some hits in the early 2000s, late 90s. So he recently went on TikTok talking about he's not African American, that he's never been to Africa. He doesn't identify as Afro American. He sort of changed his identity somehow. Not sure how. But yeah, that's kind of interesting, you know. So yeah. Back to you guys.
For sure, Jazz. Thank you for that flavor bomb. So we got
Of
P.
course.
Diddy,
What's that?
the God Ali Dawu El at BK Soul Farm. Lead the charge, God. What you got?
So the 50 million, like what is that for? That's just to get him out on bond. Like that's just another request to let him out again. So it'd be like the fourth denial if they say no, I guess.
Exactly. Yep.
And you said everything is in his mom's name, right? I think I heard May say that everything is in his mom's name. So
Exactly. So it's almost like he knew in the back of his mind, like, put stuff in his mom's name. That way, it won't get taken away. But I mean, I don't know the legal ramifications of that, whether when you put your assets in your family members' names as opposed to your own. But
you think
yeah, I
his
thought that
mom's
was
get caught up on a RICO?
crazy. What? Isn't
No, I'm saying like because again, this is an ignorant question. I don't know. I was thinking like could his moms get caught up on like a RICO charge? Like if it's known that everything is in her name, like all his clubs, his houses, and everything like that. Like can they tie that together and be like, yeah, Mama
Yeah,
Combs?
I'm sure they could. Hell yeah. Because I mean, that would mean that she is, she's knowledgeable to
Yeah,
all the shady dealings that he's been doing. Yeah, she could definitely be indicted for, an accessory to whatever, I'm sure.
dude,
I
that's
mean,
easy.
I have an idea. I'm not a lawyer, but in my opinion, you never know.
That's crazy. So I missed the second thing you said because when
The
you talk.
Grammys,
Oh,
Beyonce and the
Oh, the
Grammys.
Grammys. Yeah.
oh yeah, I don't watch that, so maybe that's why I missed it.
Yeah. And then Trick Daddy. And then
Trick,
Trick Daddy.
Trick
Yeah,
Daddy
Trick
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 Daddy being
T double dollars.
not being
denying his
African
blackness,
American.
so to speak.
No, not his blackness, his African Americanness, right? Because
Right.
like everything is being
Okay,
technical
you're
now,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, right? Like that's the thing, right? Everybody here don't necessarily have to have the same history, right? Or the same origins, right? And it's okay if your origins are different from mine. I don't think I should have to push mine on you. You shouldn't push yours on me. So if Trick want to be a Martian, that's cool for Trick
Right.
to
That's
be
his
a
Set
prerogative.
Martian,
that up.
right? But if Trick
For
Daddy start
real.
talking about we are Martians, I'm saying he
Now
corny,
listen,
right? Like he
going
corny
too
for
far
that,
with that.
and he should stand on his own 10 toes and be the best Martian that he can be.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I got to say about that. I'm tired of people denying us. Right. If you don't want to be on my team, kick rocks.
Kick rocks. Kick rocks and some open toe sandals till your
With
head
no
gets
socks.
small.
Kick rocks with no socks.
Till your head gets skinny. For real. So P. Diddy. All right. Man, puff. Man, I got one. I think we're gonna say it right here first, y'all. I think Trump gonna pardon Puff. I think he gonna get a pardon.
Oh no.
I think Trump is gonna pardon Puff, man. I think he gonna get a
Oh my
pardon.
God.
I think Puff gonna do about 3 years. And right at the end of that 3, he gonna walk out of there. He gonna Harlem shake up out of there.
Not Harlem Shake.
So you do think he gonna be convicted?
Yeah, he gotta get convicted to get pardoned.
Damn, and 3 years? That's it.
Yeah, I think he gonna get about 36 months. He gonna stay locked up for a minute. He probably gonna stay locked up from now for at least about 2, and then they gonna do him like they did Young Thug when they was talking about time.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
for real. He might get some probation, but I think if Trump give him a pardon, then he's out.
Yeah,
that's
done. Yeah, that's done.
It's over.
So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm just, I'm pissing in the wind. But
see how the web, see what happens.
But it's going to depend on all this other stuff because they say, like, I know this is unrelated to Puff, but everybody put him in the same boat with the Jeffrey Epstein stuff.
Oh yeah.
you know, that's who they're comparing him to, you know.
Exactly.
But I don't know if the Epstein stuff come out. Elon Musk said that the Epstein stuff was gonna come out, and that's why everybody didn't want Trump in office, and you know, they wanted Kamala. So that was Elon's words. I'm regurgitating that. So if I wouldn't imagine
What?
I
Wait,
wouldn't
hold on. So are
imagine.
you saying that that Donald Trump had something to do with what Jeffrey Epstein was involved in?
No, what I'm saying is Donald Trump ain't had nothing to do with Epstein at
Uh,
all. He it's just like the Diddy parties, right? Like some people, a lot of people party with Diddy, but they didn't
oh, okay.
party
Guilty
with
by
Diddy.
association.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
so it's a difference between going to a party and having a good time and leaving and going home versus going to the party and then going upstairs to the back room and having a good
Right. To
time.
do the other stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so there are a lot of people who in that category and a lot of people who in the other category. Who they are, we will see when they want us to see it. All right.
Question on that, God. Question for you before you move on that real quick. The people that went upstairs on their own will and accord, are they victims?
Not if they went up there on their own, right?
Well, I'm going to say, yes and no. I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say no because they went up there.
They wanted
They were curious. They
was
were trying
curious.
to go. Yeah, they was curious. They wanted to go see what was going on.
And curiosity might
Okay.
kill a cat.
Yeah. And
Right.
then when they got up there, you know, then everything was, you know, then you know, you don't know you going in there. You don't know the drinks outside are different from the drinks inside. Okay, so that's
Right.
where the victimization of it, and that's where see like this the thing. Orgies are not illegal. It's not illegal to have an orgy.
Correct.
You know, like group sex is not illegal. What is illegal though is to drug people unknowingly.
Right.
Okay, and then allegedly drug people unknowingly. But I mean, this is coming from like so many different people saying that, oh, these bottles was for this and then these bottles was for that, right?
No, so actually
So-
I think with Bill Cosby, I think with the use of drugs, period, because with the Bill Cosby stuff, he was offering women the Quaaludes or whatever. That's the majority of those stories was, and he went down for offering them the drug and them taking it. Like, so they got to make a choice and they still got to be claimed victims. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
That's crazy. Right. Right.
You know, Will, I'm not
I
gonna
mean, I
go
guess
too
in
far into
some
Bill.
situations.
No, I'm
But
just
you
talking
know-
about as far as that technicality, as far
Right,
as
but see, to me, that's not technical. To me, during that time, it's just like if I offer you a joint.
yeah.
You know, like everybody smoking, you
Yeah.
know. It's just like if you in a group with a whole bunch of young people now that sip lean, right? And they like, I'm pop a seal, you know, they poured a 8 in a gallon in a liter of cola or something, you know what I'm saying? And then they pouring cups, everybody pouring up. So like it's the coach, hey, you want to pop, you want a pill? Shorty, you want a pill? Like everybody popping pills, right? So
Right.
are you a victim? You know what I'm saying? Like,
know, that's
or
what
are you indulging in the drug of the culture at that time? And
In that place.
and
Yeah.
then maybe you became a victim when your drugs took over you, and then you didn't have a chance to ask to consent to the sex. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So see, so that is where I don't think it's the drugging that is in his case, but everybody's saying that yeah, they took the drugs consensually. They didn't want the sex consensually. With Bill, with Puff is a lot of people didn't know allegedly that they was getting drugged. And then, you know, it's like I think I seen a thing with Bill Bellamy and he was on a podcast.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Yep.
And he was saying how like it's a difference when you take drugs and or you get drunk or whatever, you know, you're so inebriated that you don't even remember what you did.
Right. That's
Okay.
crazy.
See, that's the difference. Like you so faded, like blacked out, you know, and then you wake up the next day and you can't remember shit. You remember one part, but you was just having a good time, and then you don't remember nothing else.
You remember going there,
right? But you
remember
don't
Yeah, but
remember
not what
shit
happened
else
after.
from the evening. Okay, so you don't know what you did. Those people are victims, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
because if you go and you have drinks and stuff like that, then you should be in an environment. You would like to think that you're in an environment where you're going to be safe.
right, of course.
You know, so we're gonna see what happens with Puff, man. But I think, you know, we're gonna say it here on Cigar Sundays first, man. I think Trump is gonna pardon. You know, if the Epstein stuff comes out, like Elon was talking about, that people was all scared because the Elon stuff gonna come out, then that means Trump got a clean slate, because it's a new girl that's talking about that's trying to file some stuff against Puff. But she said, but she being honest, she was like, I'm waiting on a settlement. All right. But for real, but she said that well, she said that it was a presidential candidate there, but then they showed a picture on there, but they ain't say no name. So
Right, which presidential
right,
candidate,
so they
Trump
got to be
or one of
careful
the
with that,
earlier ones?
because that's slander. Now, I wouldn't think that if newly elected President Trump was in a party like that or in a situation like that, I would not think that he would allow the Epstein stuff to come out.
Right, exactly, because that's way too much.
You know, because then it's like, how you gonna be a hypocrite? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna be over here doing this with that, but then you with these people over here, you know, like now.
especially if if he has as much power as people think that he has, right? To where he can actually be the one to stop an Epstein story from coming out or whatever kind of
Right,
story.
exactly. Like stop
So,
the media from.
so
Yeah,
if
that's a lot.
if he really is all powerful Trump, then you're right.
You know, so I wouldn't see how that would be beneficial. So I think in that case, right, if that's how it plays out, Puff getting a pardon. All right.
Mm.
The Grammys, they boycotted, you know what I'm saying? Make up your mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for his sister doing whatever she doing. You know, the Black family nucleus. Shout out to Jay and Beyonce. Y'all stop dragging their name through the mud until it's actually something legitimate. We do got some people.
Oh,
We do have some Black families that deserve respect. They haven't stopped putting, you know, spit on their name until you actually get something tangible. That's what I'm gonna say. It ain't that, you know, I look up to them or none of that shit. I just, you know what I'm saying? We don't have a lot of role models. I don't even think they're a role model, but they
right.
do represent something. You know, if people want to give Obama and his wife credit, then I'm gonna give them some credit too. Just like I'm gonna give Bill and Camille some credit, and Denzel and his wife some credit, and you know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying, Dr. Boyce and his
Mhm.
wife some credit, the guy Ali Dawu El and his wife some credit. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some families winning, some people that look like me, you know. So if
Mhm.
keep the smut off
Not
they
for nothing, even the Will and Jada's, right?
the
Because
Will and Jay. That's right.
they still together.
That's right. You know, so stand together through adversity, you know, and setting that example that, hey, like, we doing this for real.
Yeah, we're going through
You
life
know,
together.
we're going to do life together, whatever it takes. You know, I think that's something commendable, and we don't see enough of that. You know, what we talking about this evening, abortions, and how it aids to Black women being single mothers and raising families alone. You know, and Black men being absent. You know, not being masculine, and you know, being masculine enough to go get it, but then not being masculine enough to take care of the responsibility after they hit it. Like how that go.
Super
So
corny.
Mhm.
with TDD, you know, Trick Daddy Dollars, man, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, man. Yeah, he got some good seasonings and stuff like that. You ain't pay for this promo, but you know what I'm saying? 305, baby, we keep it live like that. So, you know, he got some good seasonings and stuff, but man, Trick gonna be Trick, man. And I heard his restaurant popping down there. So if y'all in
Yeah, I
Miami,
heard
man,
it's popping too.
go check that. Go get you a plate of that diabetes.
Stop.
That's been saying you ain't black, nigga. Your black ass. Nah, man, but you know what I'm saying? We know Chick love the kids, man. Shout
Chick
out,
love the kids.
you know, shout out TWD, man. You know, but that's all we got. That's all I got on that, Jazz. And we appreciate and thank you for the flavor bombs.
Thank you, Jazz.
We getting this money, ain't no limit. What's the cost? You ain't got it, don't run it up on me. Baby, I'm a boss, babe.
Yeah. And concluding these flavor bombs, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get back to tonight's show. We've been talking about the word abortion, and make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. If you just joining us, we have answered a couple questions already. Our first question was, should the government go back to supporting abortion on the federal level? And you know, we had a lot of different sentiments, you know, throughout the panel. I don't think we all came to a collective, but we're not here always to come to a collective. We can show y'all that we can agree to disagree and still have the same goal in mind and get to the same place. And it's healthy for us to share these insights, because everybody don't think the same, you know, in this nation. And that's fair. Second, is abortion solely the woman's decision? We also had a lot of different insights on that. I don't think we've really kind of concluded that, did we, y'all? You know, did we kind of conclude that as far as is it just the woman's decision?
That's the third question, right?
Second question.
Nah, that was the second question. Is it just the woman's decision?
I think we just started that question. But before we move to that though, so I'm looking in the chat, and was it Liam? Was that?
Me.
Right. They saying Texas don't have that SA exemption and whatnot, and a few other states don't either. I'm scared.
I mean, well, we have to go and look that up.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I value the source of who it come from.
Right.
I know who they're gonna look. I know that they're gonna look it up. But I'd rather have the link to pull up and that's why I asked them to send me
so we can
the law, the statute, you know. So yeah, if you could drop that,
because that really is what changes the first question for me, whether I think it should be federal or state. Because if states are playing with that, I don't like that.
Yeah, because I mean, but
I don't even understand what they mean by incest. Wouldn't that be SA? Considered like a type of SA?
Man, you know, I guess some states consent to it. You know, so I guess some states consent to it. And I'm sure that I don't know. That's just wild. That is even something that is up for discussion today. Yeah, statutory SA. Where somebody is 18 or 19, the other person is under the age,
or whatever the consenting age is, because that's even different in different states.
Yeah, a stepdad, etc. Yeah, yeah, those type of things.
See, and all that to me all sounds like SA, like a step, that sounds like force. Even like a date SA sounds like force, right?
And none of it sounds consensual.
None of that sound consensual, right?
Yeah. Or planned.
Yeah.
An adult decision. You know, and that don't even sound like two drunk people or two high people just getting together and smashing, and you know, just two people just that don't even sound like casual. So, and we know that that's not.
Yeah.
But this is eye opening and educating. Once we get the statute, we'll pull it up. But this should be a wake up call. Okay,
Yeah, facts, bro.
regardless of how we feel about it. Okay, regardless of how we feel about it, this should be a wake up call for people to start being more responsible and be more
Hmm.
intentional and purposeful with their sexual reproductive activity.
Right.
Period. I mean, what
Period.
else? You know, like what else, man? You know, if you don't have Uncle Sam bailing you out, right? Uncle Sam saying, I ain't got nothing to do with it. It's your body, it's your choice. All right. We just telling you what the law is. And we ain't gonna support none of it. We don't have a say so in it no more. Period. We need bodies. Okay. And we
So
don't care how we get them.
so that's Uncle Sam saying it's your body, your choice. We are hands off.
Yes.
It's up to the states. It's up to you and enough people in your state to make up your mind on what you guys want, because it's your body, your choice.
Right.
We're hands off.
We're hands off.
That's interesting.
I mean, that's how I interpret it. That's not how a lot of people are interpreting. A lot of people are interpreting it as it's not my body, my choice, because you telling me that you won't support me anymore in doing it. That's how they looking at it. That's how the majority of women are looking at it. Like,
Nah, that don't sound like.
Well, I mean, everyone has a different. I mean, I
That's
get that you guys don't get
how-
it or don't get. I
That's
mean, I
how-
understand.
That's
But it's
my
not like.
interpretation of it. That's my
Go
interpretation of
ahead.
it.
Yeah.
That's my interpretation of it. Because what else are you saying? Like, if it's my body, my choice, right? Then I don't need somebody else to give me permission or back me, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm in control of it. So the government is bestowing more control over you and the choice of your actions.
Yeah. That's what that sound like. That's what it sounds like to me, especially if they're putting it back on the states. Because that's the state, that's us.
And then ultimately it's putting it back on the individual.
Which puts it back
Oh
on.
yeah, it's definitely completely the individual's choice.
Where it says, young man, if you out here having sex recklessly, right? And you making babies, and you not trying to have a family, all right, then we know what child support does to Black men.
Get them
we know how the system works.
Yeah.
All men. Shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because child support is not racist.
Right. It's not black or white. It's,
you know what I'm saying? No, it is black or white. Simply that. And if you don't got the green, then you getting everything else in between. They taking your driver's license, they taking your practitioner licenses, they taking your everything. You're going to jail, your ability to work, to feed, to do anything. So to me, that right there would be a reason for discipline, if not any, just to not put myself in that situation to potentially be on child support, to potentially think that this chick is cool now, and then she has some postpartum shit, or you know what I'm saying, or she get mad at something and feel like because I won't do something and I'm already doing enough because I ain't doing enough, you know, like whatever the fuck be going on. You know, like everybody different. You could have the perfect situation, but that is what you should strive for, you know? And we're not talking about that it's perfect. We talking about that it's the perfect situation for two individuals that's trying to raise a family together, that's willing to stick it out. So you don't have those things to worry about. You don't have to worry about if she gonna quit. because no, she wants you there. No, I want this. I want you there with your child, with our child.
Right.
Yes, I want this. I need this. This is something that we must have together.
Right. That's how you want it to be, of course.
But if you don't have them conversations now in hindsight, like, yeah, we could have had some little situations before, right? When the government was there to just give us a bailout, pretty much. When you could go to your state and the state could say, nah, you can't, but then you could go to the federal government and be like, yeah, I want to, and they'd be like, all right, cool, go ahead. Forget the state, we supersede that. Now you don't have that option. Now it's only on the state. So now it's not only on the state, it is on the individual. Okay.
Yeah.
And this allows men, this is a moment for men to be men again.
Which is why I made my statement earlier about a dude not having a job shouldn't be talking to nobody. Right. They should
Yeah, but we can't control that. I mean, you can only control like a woman can only control who they're involved in. The dude doesn't have a job, he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have his shit together, that's on him. But you can choose as the woman to not get involved with that because you want more out of your future, you want more for your future child. You wouldn't want to be with a person that doesn't have anything going for themselves.
But if he lying
in this situation, obviously,
if he lying,
you don't want to get. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, sure. Why you gotta go there? Why you gotta go there?
Because it's real.
Because it's real. We try to have a real.
We having an adult conversation, Jazz.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, of course he could be lying, but I mean, like, you would find out eventually that.
But do you find out before you gave him the thing that you can't get back, or do you find out afterwards?
And I mean, hopefully.
Nah, it ain't no hopefully. That's the problem.
That's the point.
That's the problem right there.
That's what makes it reckless.
Yeah.
Right. Because that. So when do we find out about this person? Are they safe or not? Am I going to be safe after I deal with this person or not?
Well, yeah, obviously you have to find that out before you're with the person. You can't just find that out after the fact.
Yeah, I think it's easier said than done in a lot of cases. But guess what? This abortion thing now, if it ain't a wake-up call for some, then, people going to be dealing with some stuff that, a whole life, a whole responsibility.
Yeah. And for the second question, bro, like, since we're not talking about committed people and we're not talking about family-oriented people that's making decisions together, because in those situations, the man would have a say-so on
obviously
if they are getting an abortion or not, because it'd be something that's happening to both of them. And they would feel like and know that this is happening to both of them because
because they're in a committed relationship, they're married, of course.
They're both taking the loss, right?
Right. It's their experience. It isn't her experience.
Correct.
Right.
It's their experience. And they're going through it together. Because they decided to have a family. They decided to procreate. They decided to have children.
Or not.
Yeah, I mean, but we talking about abortion. So
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, they decide they wanted to have a baby, or they get pregnant and they don't want to have a child, whether they're married. That I'm saying, even if they're married, because not all married couples want to have kids. Some don't.
Yeah,
fair enough.
But they make that decision together in most cases.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if they got pregnant, they would make the decision whether they would get an abortion or not.
Right.
I don't know. I think for non-committed people, I don't know. Like for me, it gets tricky, right? So because they got like ATMs where women can drop off their kid when they don't want them no more. You can drop your kid off at hospitals and
I saw that.
And police stations and fire departments. You can just walk away from being a mom whenever you want to, and throw your hands up and say, I don't want this problem anymore.
Well, yeah, it happens. Yeah,
Often that
in
happens.
Florida. So
That
they have
happens.
those places in Florida. I don't think we have.
That happens
I mean,
often,
we
right?
have to have some place like that in PA, but
Yeah,
that's
like
interesting.
so the what they say when they create these places, we need these places so that young girls and unprepared women don't put the baby in a trash can.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we need these baby ATMs and we need these drop off centers where a woman could just walk away from a child and nobody asks any questions. She don't get charged with abandonment. She don't get charged with nothing. She can just walk away and just keep doing life. Um, Men don't have those same courtesies that I
Yeah,
know
but
of.
they do because they just walk away. They don't have a box to put it, but yeah, they can walk away. So they do have that courtesy, that
Yeah,
privilege
nah,
to
nah,
walk
you
away.
don't. So if a single mother wants or needs public assistance, right? She got to put her baby daddy on child support, or say she can't find him or something like that, right? But he's being held responsible by the government. They want child support from him since he did this.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, my
So
bad.
he don't get to not pay that child support. He don't get
Oh,
to
okay,
not
yeah.
be a part of this. He don't. So
That's only if the
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
that's only if the mother pursues it.
correct,
That
Okay,
that's
right.
only if the mother pursues it.
correct,
Yeah. My
correct,
father ain't pay shit for me.
correct.
Period. Yeah. Because my mother didn't pursue it.
You know, and the narrative, is we get this deadbeat dad thing. Um, and I'm saying, like, I don't know, right? Like, it seemed like women want the choice to be irresponsible, but want men to be wholly responsible. Um,
Wait, how
I
is
don't know.
that them being fully responsible if they pay child support?
So if you can get an abortion, that means that you get to have the fun of having sex, and the decision to not be responsible for this life that you created as a female. But as a male,
Right.
if I get to have fun from having sex and I don't want the responsibility of taking care of a life, but you decide that you're going to give me this responsibility anyway by not having an abortion and put me on child support, like you just shoved a responsibility down my throat that I didn't want.
Yeah, but it was
Uh,
50% you're doing, so you should be responsible. The person should be
And
responsible.
so I should also be responsible and have a say so in the abortion that you get or don't get.
Well, I don't agree with that, but
So it's
we can
fifty
agree to
percent.
disagree.
It's 50% of the fun, but not 50% of everything else. It's pick and choose.
But I mean, I don't make the laws. That's just my opinion.
That's a cop out, Jazz, but it's all good.
I'm letting her live,
I
God.
ain't gonna
I know you letting
argue.
her
I ain't
live.
gonna argue.
Nah,
I'm
I'm peace. That's
tired.
peace.
We all got our opinions, whatever, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the problem right there, because what you saying, Jazz,
It's
like it's
complicated. Like,
no, it's not complicated. It's not accepting accountability. You know what I'm saying? It's not being accountable. It's like, yeah, okay.
wait, so you're saying that, Ali, you're saying that if a woman stays that okay, they get pregnant, okay, and they're not like in a committed relationship, that the woman shouldn't seek out child support because I don't understand like what because
So
I don't understand.
the question is abortion solely a female thing or a woman thing? And
Right.
I
Solely
don't,
the woman's decision.
right? I
Women's
don't,
decision.
I'm not in a position to know what it's like to be able to carry a child,
Right.
right? I'm totally in the dark of that experience, and I will be for the rest of my life.
Big fact.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Elon,
Thank
Right?
you.
Elon ain't gonna. I don't think Elon gonna make that
Man,
move.
Wow.
man, yeah, never
Yeah,
mind. um, however, I'm a part of that process, right? And that process can't go down without me. And again, if if we both have fun and we both consensually agree to have reckless sex, and I'm gonna always call it reckless sex, as long as two people are not planning on what ifs, right? If you're not making a conscious decision and of what it is you're doing and what this might entail, like this one night stand might give you twins, right? From a jerk, you might have two babies now. Like that's a risk that you taking when you just when you have like we think about sex so casually and so the fun, but it's part of reproduction. Like in biology, like a species survives when it meets the level of reproduction and when it can reproduce successfully, right? And the offspring can live. Like that is how organisms thrive and survive in an environment. If everybody is just having babies or not having babies, the organisms die in an environment, right? Like so it's crazy.
Yeah, we so disconnected from the
Yeah.
netters though, on purpose, because everybody, it's mine. I could do what I want with it. I'm gonna sling this thing a ling
I'm slinging
everywhere.
this ding-a-ling
You
everywhere.
know,
Wow.
I'm gonna be, my booty hole brown and my coochie hole pink, and you know what I'm saying, and
And
all
that's
that, and I'm gonna feel liberated, and I can twerking on that, and all, you know what I'm saying. So, like, when that is the mindset, okay, then accountability does not exist in that culture, in that space. It does not, because it does not preach that, it does not practice it, it does not even, mention it in anywhere in that form, in that nowhere. So, I mean, it should be, I think that the man should have a say so in an abortion if that's what's going on, but it has to be mutual. I do not think that just because I do not agree with uh, the idea that, oh, we shared in 50% of the creating it, but now we not gonna share in 50. If we're gonna share in 50% of the creating it, then we should share in 50% of the raising it. You know what I'm saying? Or the
But yeah,
destruction.
but we
If
can't
that's
make anyone want to raise a baby with you.
That's what child support. The
Well,
judge,
yeah,
the judge, the
that's
judge
child
make that.
support. That's not raising it with you. That's giving you
Yeah.
funds so that you can help to
Ah.
raise. Like,
So we say child support lazily, right? But when you go to family court, they actually give you a family plan, right? They give you a whole plan for the mother and for the father, so that y'all could raise this child together. We only talk about money because we're intellectually lazy, right? But the family court process is there to fix this thing that these two people couldn't resolve on their own, right?
well,
And
technically, I didn't know that part. I understand what you're saying. You're not being personal, but I didn't know that it went that far in family court. I didn't know that they had a whole like
yeah, that's what that whole
plan
custody.
like that. I thought it was just strictly monetary talk. I didn't know it was all that deep. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what all that custody talk is all about. Like that's all. Like the TV make it sound so flippant and so crazy, but it's there to fix this problem, right? And
Right.
we need judges because we can't, like, we're immature.
right. Because the sex is good, but now,
This is sex
oh,
is
right, the sex is the only part that I want to agree with you on.
I want to be an adult for the sex.
I want to be adult. I want to have adult triple X sex, but then, like, I want to be adult film star, but I don't want to be an adult in real life off the camera. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, no Diddy. But
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get going in a little bit, guys, but I'm glad that we had this,
oh, so you about to
discussion.
go now or a little bit?
In like 5 minutes.
Okay, so real quick before you go, um, abortion, bad, good, or misunderstood?
You know what? Listen, I was thinking of this question all day. I was like hearing your little voice in my head. Abortion, good, bad, or indifferent, or misunderstood.
Yeah,
And I was
bad,
like,
good, misunderstood. Yeah.
marinate on it all day. I will say misunderstood because there's good situations when it's an essay situation or whatever where you need that, but then there's other situations where you should take accountability and take responsibility for yourself where you shouldn't need to get an abortion, and no judgment, but you know uh yeah, so indifferent or misunderstood. It's a big thing. It is, you know um a woman's right to have that health care, but it depends on, I don't know, it's a lot. But I'll just say misunderstood. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm saying? As always, a pleasure having you, and we enjoy exchanging
Yeah,
insights all the time. Thank you
definitely.
for
This is
the
a great
flavor bombs.
conversation.
That's
Got
how we
deep.
do. Great
Way better
conversation.
than I thought.
Very funny. Okay. Yeah, I was a little judgmental. I can admit it. Okay, I was a little
Yeah,
judgy on
it's
some
fair.
things,
You
but
gotta be.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
you
no,
you
yeah.
ain't you ain't exercising good judgment if you ain't using your mental. You
Fact.
know,
right.
so that's where we at with it. Jazz, have a peaceful,
Thank
positive,
you
and
guys.
productive
Have a good
start to
rest
your
of the
week.
week.
Love
And
you, sis.
happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day,
Hey,
both of
thank
you.
you.
Yes.
Thank
Big up to the
Yes,
vets.
yes.
you.
Thank you,
Bye, guys.
Jazz. All right,
All
peace,
right.
Jazz.
Peace. No, that was peace.
Yep. So if y'all just joining us tonight, we've been talking about the word abortion. We just got finished answering our second question of this evening: is abortion solely the woman's decision? We had a lot to say about that. Y'all got to check that in the rewind. And keeping the conversation going, we're going to move on to our third question. Is there any benefit to abortion being banned aside from special circumstances?
So if I understand the question correctly,
Thank you,
if,
Miss
if
Sasha.
thank you. In my mind, I'm saying that banning it federally, except for special circumstances, right? Because I want to always keep special circumstances on the table. Never want to take it off the table, right? Um, then taking it off the taking it off the table for federal, that means that it will have to be on the states, and the states would mean that the people have to make choices. Then the benefit would be people being more responsible and more accountable, or at least voting either down the party line or whatever. I don't know. It would. Nobody will be able to say that somebody else made a choice for them if they live in a state where their interests are not aligned, right? I understand that it's not easy for everybody to pick up and leave and just move someplace else. I get that. But if your life is on the line, I kind of think that you'll do whatever it is that you need to do to support your interests, right? To live. If 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 you're in a situation where you need to do a thing that is not allowed, staying there is only putting yourself in danger.
Yeah.
Because as long as you continue to pursue activities that may result in in a thing that you can't handle, it's gonna get hot, right? And it's not fair that you want somebody else to just fix your problem that ain't had nothing to do with it, right? Like I'm anti reckless sex. I'm anti men talking to women that don't have jobs. I'm anti women talking to dudes that don't have a plan or don't have an idea of what it is that they looking for in life. Like I'm anti people just doing things willy nilly. Like yo, who was it? Jamie Foxx that came out blaming on alcohol. Like
Mhm.
no, like that's a rape song. That's the essay song,
That's the
right?
essay song, yeah.
That's an essay song that they tricked us into loving, right? And we start to love recklessness, and we start to justify and validate recklessness instead of just being honest. Like Shorty had a fatty, and I had a lustful moment. Be honest, right? Like that's why I say, like for me, I had to put a price on it. Like, am I willing to pay any bill over there? Like, and if I'm not, then I'm not even gonna say hello, right? You might get a
Right.
high five, you might, head nod, keep it moving, right? Like you get some dap, right? Like, because it ain't worth, playing with fire.
It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it. Like, especially if you wind up getting over there and it definitely ain't what you yeah, no, I'm good on that. I'm good on So yeah, I would hope that it would make people more responsible and more accountable is what I would hope. Just by the voting process, right? Like maybe not even with their own choices, but just knowing that they have the right or they have the options to a piece is the Mo, Dr. Mo. They have the options to put a petition together and make their own reality, right? Like you can do that in your own state, right? You can do that on your city level. You can do that on your county level. Like you can do that locally,
Yeah.
right? So
You can do that with yourself in your own
locally, that's what I'm saying. Like you can just do that.
right. And we talking about like without everybody, without the officials. We talking about what would this be? My own matrix, like with my own self.
Yeah, right. You don't need nobody else allowing you.
Right? Like my own self. Like I can do that with my own self. I don't need the state to say you can't do it. Like I don't go commit crime, right? Because there's a consequence already. So I don't need nobody else to tell me that it's not beneficial for me to go do crime. I
So
already know that there's a consequence for it. And do I desire to do that? No, I don't desire to do crime. So I look for other things that keep me focused on and away from that. I steer clear of that. That's me being in control of it, regardless of what the law say.
correct. That does not take away the potential of a jerk police officer that's having a bad day that wants to victimize somebody, right? Like as long as you still doing what you're supposed to be doing, that cop is still a bad guy, and bad things do happen to good people sometimes, right? And vice versa. Like you can't control everything.
I mean, if I get shot and I ain't doing nothing wrong, like using that example, like for the police, like the police don't even exist to me, God. You know
Right?
what I'm saying? So like, and unless I need them for what I need the police for,
Exactly.
so that narrative don't never. That's the reason why like you never hear me like tripping off them, like talking about police brutality and all that shit, because like I'm like that don't even exist to me. First of all, I'm gonna do all the bitch ass nigga shit that you supposed to do when the police pull you over. Okay? Everything, my hands up here on the steering wheel like this. You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's funny.
I'm not talking that license register. Here you go.
Yeah,
I don't
nah.
have time to sit around and talk about, oh, what you putting me on for? I'm sovereign, I'm this or all that. I don't got time for none of that shit. You know why? Because I don't give a fuck about how their day is going.
At all.
Okay. Because I got somewhere to go after I get done with this shit.
That's a fact.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. So I don't care if they attitude fucked up or not. I'm sir and yes, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? And then soon as like Willie D said, and I'm smiling, as soon as I get the fuck on, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cussing them out, calling them all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care.
Safely.
I'm done. I'm back on my path.
Going where you was already going. Yeah, I like to keep that conversation as brief as possible, right?
But
like,
I'm yes sir and no sir and yes ma'am and no ma'am and I'm giving respect, bro, because I know respect ain't earned. Respect is given. Trust is built. I don't trust this person because I don't know him. We haven't built trust. So the only thing that I can do is give respect in that situation in hopes that I make it out of there, because I'm not going to do nothing to cause this person to want to feel like their life is threatening enough by me. You know what I'm saying? For me to ruin the other shit that I got planned on the other side of this fucking stop. Because I always got some shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I always got something I'm looking forward to doing, you know?
That's facts.
So them fuck the, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't be tripping on them, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't say that negatively, like I don't need them.
That's a great point, right? Because when you think about how you conduct yourself non-criminally, right, in society, right, and how by doing that kind of alleviates your fear of the police, right? You can have a disdain for them, but you don't necessarily have a fear for them. You are taking accountability for your actions to make sure that you're not necessarily going out your way to violate the law, to make somebody come and have to talk to you. Like you're gonna wear your seatbelt, right? Because a seatbelt is an automatic stop, and not wearing your seatbelt is automatically, that cop can pull you out your car, can do a whole search simply for you not wearing your seatbelt. So if you wore your seatbelt, you wouldn't have this whole conversation that you would have to have, right? So you saying that you're gonna do the safe and responsible thing, and right?
God, sidebar. I know we talking about abortion. The first time I ever got locked up was because of that dumb shit.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Was because of a seatbelt. And look, and I had mines on, but the driver didn't. His dumb ass. I just told this dumb. And if he would talk to me, you know what I'm saying. But whatever. I don't need no conversation. You know what I'm saying. But if he would have a conversation and he was man enough to admit it, you the dumbass reason why we got locked up, fool.
Seatbelt.
Because I just told you 5 minutes before we got pulled over, bro. Put your seatbelt on. And you know what he told me? Man, girls see you with your seatbelt on, they think you a sucker and this and that. Nigga, I ain't thinking about no bitches, nigga. That's what you talking about? You talking about bitches. I ain't thinking about that.
Yeah, that's an anti-family thought process, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know.
You think about girls see you with a seatbelt on.
Like, are you serious, bro? Like that? Like I'm a sucker? You a sucker? And you talking about something of no value, bro. And I'm talking about us getting home safely.
And now you get locked up simply.
And then we get locked up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So no, nah, don't talk to me, dog. I don't want to have no conversation. We cool. We can keep it, especially if your brain is still stuck on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that was years ago.
Yeah, you had your seatbelt on. You should have had the seatbelt off.
Yeah, bro. And I had my seatbelt on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sitting there now. I'm sitting there looking like the dummy, the only one with the seatbelt on, and the police talking about, you know why we pulled you over? Because you don't have your seatbelt on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit is crazy, bro. Like that shit is crazy, bro. Like
And I just
So
told
many,
this dummy put his
so many
seatbelt
people
on,
get
man.
locked
Like,
up for that seatbelt, man.
stupid ass, man. Like, they want to blame that shit on me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, man, I stay sucker free, man. But
It was the girl's fault, right?
you know, because the girls, the bitches, fuck out of here. The bitches think this, the girls think this, the
See?
bitches think.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like
Outta here, dog.
that's the cat that shouldn't be getting no box because he's not even willing to put on a seatbelt, right?
I'm not even gonna go into it.
To keep himself safe. So for
Yeah.
him to say that he can't get no box because if a woman saw him with his seatbelt on, he would be corny. I'm like, yeah, man, like you don't need to be dealing with nobody like that.
I'm not, God. That was years ago in my adolescence. You know what I'm saying? And
Like
and
that
getting
guy's unsafe.
he is unsafe for real. Getting back to this question, y'all, is there any benefit to abortion being banned aside from special circumstances? Special circumstances. I wanted to pull up a couple of these comments that that was here earlier. That I saw that it said, okay, so we saw this, a married woman doesn't need a signature from the father to get an abortion. Okay. I thought that was very interesting on the level of if she's married, that she doesn't even need the husband's consent. You know.
So yeah, that is a good one because I look at married and I automatically think that they're having a conversation. Right?
Yeah. You know,
even though the reality may be otherwise, but in my mind, like whether she needed his signature on the piece of paper or not, like he drove for there, like they having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's yeah. But that's over. She might if she don't need his consent. Like that's yeah.
You know, it's like, what are we married for then?
Yeah.
So going to the next one, right? A woman can make a financial decision to get an abortion, but a father can't make a financial decision and not pay child support. They can. The father can make a financial decision and not pay child support. It's just more consequences that come with that than the woman making the decision to get the abortion. If she makes the financial decision to get the abortion, then guess what? He don't have to worry about child support no more. You know, problem solved, right? But now this has to be discussed more so because these states now are having the ability to control and determine these decisions being made. So it would behoove the two individuals who are coming together to make a life, to create a life, to have that responsibility to think about these things before they do the thing. They do the damn thing.
Before they do the thing, right? Like that's all we saying. Just like don't blame it on alcohol. Like don't blame nothing. Like just make a decision. Like make choices.
Some states are passing the laws without a vote from the people. I believe that, you know, but the people need to speak up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't see how that's possible unless the Constitution, like that state's Constitution, just doesn't exist. Like the people just allowing everything to happen because the state says so. Like we're not gonna. I don't know, man. Like I'm just not with just.
You know, it was a Tupac song where he said, "To all the ladies having babies on their own, I know it's kind of rough and you're feeling all alone. Daddy long gone and he left you by your lonesome. Thank the Lord for my kids, even if nobody else want them." Right now, that held some truth. But the ladies was never having, there's some hypocrisy in that. The ladies was never having babies on their own. There's a father there's somebody who fathered that child.
Mm-hmm.
And it's being a choice being made whether that man is backing out from his responsibility or that woman is choosing that he was good enough to get the box, but now he ain't good enough to raise a family.
Correct.
Okay. Or there's another case too, where you could give a man an option and say, hey, I'm going to have my baby and you can be a part of his life, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. Okay. So some women do that.
Yeah.
All right. So,
you know what? The question I do have since we talking about how easy is it to sign away rights, parental rights? Like, is that like a?
I mean, they got baby drop-off boxes in 2014, God.
Yeah. So that's why I have the question, right? That's why I have the question, because they got baby ATMs, right?
Yeah. So
to me, like, that's no paperwork though.
Yeah,
like,
that's
like how much paperwork?
Brenda's got a baby.
Like, if
right?
if I didn't want my kids no more, like, how much paperwork would I have to sign to not be their daddy no more? Like is there a box I can go and be like, yo, I'm tapping out, I'm no longer a daddy? Like,
I don't even want to. I don't even want to know.
Like,
I
because
wouldn't
in
even
my
want to
mind,
know about it.
all the dudes that don't want to be fathers and don't want to pay child support, to me, the most logical option is to give up your rights, like to sign your rights away. Like, that's the easiest thing. That's the equivalent of the baby ATM in my mind for a guy, or not an abortion, obviously, but
Yeah.
right,
Abandoning the responsibility.
abandoning responsibility, right? Like it must be like a million pieces of paper. Like, they must want blood or something, because like, we shouldn't be having so much baby daddy, baby mama drama if it's a simple signature.
It's not. It's. I don't know, God. Like,
You see what I'm saying?
people hooking up too easy
For no reason.
You know, the thing is that it's so easy to get in it, and that's what isn't being taught to value. You know, to not place at the top of the curriculum. Physical attraction is always first. You saw somebody, they look good. That's easy. You know, like, I could have a crazy body count. You know how handsome I am. You know what I'm saying? You know how good I look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been popping for a long time. You know, but I don't have no baby mamas because of discipline, not because I couldn't.
You ain't lying, bro.
So it's understanding that is always, that's the lowest chakra, the physical attraction. You can't even get with somebody if you don't like how they look. You can't even get with them if you don't like how they look. You got to at least like how they look physically first.
A little bit.
That's the first step. That's so basic. That's so elementary. Okay? Because as you get old, you ain't gonna look the same no more. So why is the value placed in that so much so soon? And then people get caught up. And then you have a responsibility because you already knew. Think about the other handsome guy that you seen, the other pretty girl that you seen. Guess what? You let that one go. You didn't. Nah, he was cute, but I like that one. Oh, she was nice. She was straight, but I like her.
We make decisions all day.
So we picking and choosing, right?
Picking and choosing.
And that's all based on what? Physical appearance, because you don't know the core of that person. You do not know who that person is at all. You do not know their habits. You don't know what their breath smell like. You don't know what, you know what I'm saying, what they
Nothing.
think like. You don't know nothing about that person. You just got what the presentation of it is right there in your face.
They might drool while they sleep.
So if that's enough for you to say, okay, well, I'm going to give you the only thing that I can't take back from you, then you deserve every fucking thing you get.
Facts.
Accept responsibility for your actions.
Facts.
And what I'm saying is that if you don't want to be in that situation, then think about these things first. Think about that. I know I can get, she giving me her attention. To all young men out there, if a woman give you her attention, you can smash. That's too easy. That's too easy. If she give you her attention, because it's plenty of guys, but she giving you the attention. So you can smash. That's easy. But what do you value? What do you desire? Because you already know you can get that. She giving you her attention. To the young ladies, the men that you're going to give your attention, be mindful of who you're giving your attention to. Have some standards about yourself, first and foremost. That just because what you see don't mean he get to, that mean he get to take a ride. And then we don't have to worry about these abortion things. We don't have to worry about if the state going to allow you to have your rights. You already have a right. You already have self-control, or do you not? Is that the thing? Do you not have self-control? And if that's what it is, say, I don't have self-control. I want to be a hoe, whether you're a male or female. Be honest with it.
Because I get confused with the word healthcare, God. Because again, if we're talking about SA, if we're talking about special circumstances, those things scream healthcare. But everything that's not that is a choice that you're making.
It's all a choice.
I don't know about being healthcare, right? Because you don't like your choice. Like, I don't know. Like that's
yeah. I definitely didn't agree with that point that it was an access to healthcare.
I don't like that. That healthcare word bothers me. Like, and maybe I need to be more educated on the topic, right? But so far,
I'm just gonna say, if I'm irresponsibly having sex, okay,
that's not a healthcare issue. That's a bad choice.
And in order for me to not have to worry about this child from my leisurely activity, from my pleasure, the responsibility that can come out of my pleasure, that's not healthcare. That's a bailout.
That's a bailout.
That's what that is. That's a get out of jail free card. That's a get, and that's negative. That is a get out of responsibility free card. That's what that is. That's a get out of responsibility free card. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, and now the state, now the federal government has said, okay, we need people because we need taxes. We need bodies. We need more people in the military. We need more people to work with these places, do this, blah, blah, blah. We need population. So we're going to take our hands off of it and we're going to let the states dictate and determine. Now that whole movement of it's my body, my choice, my this, that, and the third, now that's where it's becoming a problem because it still is your body, your choice.
That you keep making.
It still is. It still is your body, your choice. You don't have to choose to casually have sex, males or females, you know, or all genders, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we identify as, you don't have to choose to have casual sex, recreational sex. You know what I'm saying? Because a life can be created.
Yo, recreational sex should only be masturbation, bro. Like that should be recreational sex.
You know,
Right, like,
for
cause like,
real.
cause like,
Find
cause
something more constructive to do.
anything else, like if you with a partner, bro, like a whole life could be created from this, man. Like it could be the magic moment, and boom.
Find yourself something constructive to do. You know, go volunteer your time somewhere. You know, build something, create something, strive to be the next this, or strive to improve the quality of your life somehow. So if you do want to go out here and be reckless, and you live in a state where it's like, okay, well, I hooked up with dude, I didn't care whether he had this going on or whether he had that going on, and I'm gonna have my baby regardless. Okay, well, at least make sure you can provide for that child, man.
Correct.
You know,
Because something might happen to him. He might not want to take care of this kid. He might actually real deal sign the pieces of paper to give up his rights, and you might be stuck taking care of this child on your own. What are you gonna do?
right. Now, if you're not that, because there's a lot of young ladies out here that's like that. That's just like, you know, they will live with their decisions,
Yeah,
right? They'll know that they did, they'll know that they didn't, that they was checking off all the boxes and being reckless with their box. All
correct.
right. And then they got pregnant. So then they'll just be like, you know what? I knew I didn't, but you know what? Whatever. And then they'll take care of the responsibility. They'll just be like, you know what? This my child.
Life goes
Okay.
on.
Shout out to them. But the problem with that is now you thinking that this child not having a father is good. And look, and that cycle, how many more men have to be, you know, how many more children have to be raised without fathers, you know? And I had this conversation with my wife a little bit, and she was like, it seemed like you kind of being hard on the women a little bit, babe. And I was like, babe, y'all control the narrative. If y'all say this what we gotta do, then this is what we gonna do. It's that simple.
Because anything else is SA.
Right.
And we're not talking about that, right? We're talking about responsible people making choices. And if you say you want the moon, I'm gonna do my best to get it for
If all the women at the club talking about we looking for husbands, ain't no turn up, ain't no thotty, ain't no thotty yaddy yaddy, ain't none of that.
Let me
Ain't
show you
no
my
hot
four.
girl
Let me show
this.
you my 401k plan. Let me show you
Yeah.
my retirement plan. Let me show you how I'm take care of myself and my family for the rest of our lives. Because I'm looking
Yeah,
for a
dude's
wife.
gonna be kicking rocks till their head gets small. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be upset. They're gonna be upset. They're gonna be they're gonna be like, man, or they're gonna get in gear. They're gonna be like, you know what, man? Shit, damn, baby. It's like that. Yeah, it's like that. And then they're gonna go to the next one, and the next one, like, shit, I'm on what she on. Shit, this the code, this what we on. Then guess what happens? Now the men have to do something different.
Not have
Because
to. Not
because
have
then
to. They will.
because then the species dies.
And it's not. And that's not even. That's. And it's not even like I said. It's not a have to thing. Like dudes will naturally do whatever it is that the woman needs for that guy to do in order for him to get her attention. You gonna spend some time with me? What you want from me? What do you need me to do? I got you. Like you
Because it
support.
can't just be all the rich dudes. It can't just be the rich dudes just smashing everything. Right?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
They don't got enough time. They got some, well, I don't know. Puff had a lot of time. He had a
Puff
lot
had
of
a lot
time.
of-
He had a lot of time to play with himself. You know, that was wild.
He had a lot of
But
time. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, you know, the brothers gonna have to do something different. You know, so they can set the tone too. They can set the tone too. It takes both. You know, it takes both. But I believe, hey, girls run the world, right?
Who run the world? Girls. Who run
Right?
the world? Who run this mother? Who?
Right? Run it. You know what I'm saying? Run it. You know, set the tone. You know, set the tone.
and that lady got a whole family.
And a whole family, right?
Talking about she
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, you know, like everybody want to be the I'm turning up. I don't care. If he ain't got no bag and all this new shit, right? Or he gotta have this and all. But she married.
Got a whole family.
Got a whole family. Beautiful
Or
family.
or desirous to maintain a family or to have a family,
Oh yeah.
right? Because even like I think it's Cardi and one of them cats, they just broke up or whatever,
Offset,
right?
yeah.
But like they was trying, like they actually both wanted to be with each other, and I mean, it fell out or fell apart, but they was desirous to be with each other,
Right.
right?
And we champagne they campaign, man. If Cardi and Offset, man, y'all work y'all shit out, man. I don't know what y'all got going on.
Right.
Who's hurting who, man?
Don't.
Who need to check themselves? But man, if they work that shit out, man, we all work that shit out. You know, like we want to see y'all winning. Like, come on, we don't have much of that. And then we only have this in our culture that is pushed down our throat. That we have, you know, what Dr. Boy says, entertainers are not role models or something like that, or not superheroes or something. He got this one quote. I had liked it. It's a good quote though, but I get the quote. The thing is what we see in front of us now isn't him and his wife put on the pedestal. You know, we don't see the black billionaire and his wife on the pedestal on the marquee. We don't see that. What gets shoved down our throat is the Cardi B's and the Offset, is the Jay-Z's and the Beyonce, is the Will and Jada, is the, you know, whoever, you know, in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets shoved down our throat in the culture. Okay. So I get it. It is more examples, but where's the light being shined on them? So we have to take some of these positive things, okay, and say, nah, we don't have to do everything like they doing. No, because you unique and your situation is yours, two different people. But there is something of value that you can take from these things. And let's just highlight that. You know, like what about after slavery? What about the accomplishments after slavery? Everybody be so stuck on slavery, but what about the accomplishments after slavery though? Aren't there some? Or are there none? Because if not, then we should just go crash out, right? But I don't see nobody trying to do that. I don't see nobody trying to go crash out at all. So everybody enjoying life because something a part of their life is worth living for. So I'm going to say we can highlight the stuff from that, the positive stuff, and we can focus on that. And if we collectively try to push that more, then guess what happens? Now it is more examples out here of some positive stuff.
Instead of the bullshit.
This is because celebrities is getting crucified, dog. They not up on no pedestal like that no more.
Correct.
You know, looking at this stuff, they ain't on no pedestal no more. You know, and then when they talking about what more stuff is about to be coming out and all that.
Even with Diddy stuff, right? Like his kids are coming out with letters and pleas, and like they sticking together as a family, like they showing family stuff, right? Like that's
Okay.
Is that federal or state?
If the government lets you get your tubes tied, then you should be able to get an abortion. I mean, I believe that that's on the state level. I believe that that's on the state level. I don't think they have I don't know. So I can't speak on it. I can't speak to the truth of it, to the accuracy of it. I can't speak to the accuracy of it, whether it's the federal government who's saying, yeah, you can get your tubes tied, or if it's, you know, the state level. I'm saying regardless of if you choose to get your tubes tied, okay, that is a decision saying I don't want to have children anymore. That is irreversible. you could have as many abortions as your body can stand until you ruin something. Okay, because I have heard of young ladies getting abortions and ruining their inside from the abortions. So I'm saying again, regardless, guess what? Don't put yourself in that situation to need an abortion.
Yo, God,
That's what we talking about, really.
Yeah,
like, put yourself in that position to need an abortion. Like
that's 100% what we talking about, because it's not about any medical procedure that you need, or any situation that you have where you actually need health care. Like it is all about just decisions that you make, right? Like that's all we're talking about, is making good decisions, and stop asking for permissions to make bad decisions, right? Like if you're gonna be an adult, and own your decision, own your choices, right? Like you don't need permission to be an adult unless you do, right? And I don't know, man. Like I'm looking at this word, right? And I think it's the mix of that healthcare word, and people are not thinking about the choices that people are making, and they're only thinking about the healthcare aspects of things, right? And that's a tricky, misplaced word, possibly.
Man, y'all gotta excuse me, man. I ain't used to the chat going this crazy. Chat going crazy tonight, man. Y'all done pulled up on us, man. We appreciate y'all pulling up. Make sure y'all hit that like button though. For real, y'all. Man,
I agree with that statement. Like I can't think of a reason to tell somebody not to get an abortion.
A reason to tell somebody to not get one? Yeah, like I mean, I would have to be involved in the conversation.
I guess it would have to be my baby.
Yeah, like you know, like, I literally would have to be involved in the conversation. Like if I'm not even involved in the conversation, it's not
my conversation.
Yeah, it's not mine. That is between those two adults, you know, making that trying to figure out what they got going on. You know, even if you don't sign the birth certificate, the court can order a paternity test, then order child support. Yeah. Because all she got to do is say your name, say your name, say your name.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Like, so because of stuff like that, to me, like signing your papers, like signing your rights away, must be like a million pieces of paper. Because like if the judge can if the court can force you to do that, then they must be like, yo, I don't want this. I'm gonna just sign this right here to dead this. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Lots of women that lost in this abortion conversation are the ones who have high risk chance for having kids. That same woman wants kids but have complications. Lots of women lost in the abortion conversation are ones who have high risk chance of having kids. I don't know. I think I don't know. I think, you know, maybe so. Maybe lots of. You know, I don't know how much of a lot that is, but you know, I think a lot of women who are done having kids, because I see this issue coming from some women who don't have children. I see this issue coming from older women too, you know, who are past childbearing. And I do see it within, you know, the it's my body, my choice community. I see it from some other women, you know, the what I call like the the educated hoochies. You know what I'm saying? You know, where they got a couple degrees, they make a little money, you know, they ain't no dude really good enough. The one they really wanted, they, you know what I'm saying? But they got
married. He already married.
Yeah, you know, and you know, so they still out here just, you know, you know, being loose with it. And, you know, that's the ones that's more like, if they get pregnant, I can take care of it. I don't care. I knew he wasn't nothing. At least he, you know, we can show up. He can show up every now and then and do little stuff. Okay. So like the situational type things. I think it's a mix, you know, but ultimately,
See, I don't think I understand the statement. 'Cause I've been watching it since she put it up, and this is just my ignorance. I'm just thinking, right? Because somebody's having high risk chance. Like I don't understand where an abortion will come into that scenario. Like to me, that sounds like a medical issue that like their life is on the line. To where like maybe they need a surrogate. Like they shouldn't be like they can't do that, right? And
I
and I and I
mean,
and does that mean that if their life is on the line, that the doctor wouldn't give the abortion to save that lady life?
you know, I don't get it, God. Like at the end of the day, right? Whether it's high risk, you know, or low risk, all right. The conversation should be about what is the lifestyle going to look like for this child, for this new human life that I am about to create and I'm going to be responsible for.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does that environment look like that I'm going to provide for this child? And until we get to that point, you know, as people, as humans, then then expect the state to continue making decisions to say you can't choose for yourself, you can't make up your damn mind, so we're gonna make it up for you. And
Damn.
the only way that you actually take back your freedom or exercise the freedom that you already have, let me not say take back that, because that's like you don't have it. In order for you to exercise the freedom that you already have, it is your ability to make choices with what you do with your own body before you get yourself in that situation. Period. And nobody wants to acknowledge that. Nobody wants to acknowledge that that is the power that you have. That is your freedom that you have to not put yourself in a fucked up situation or a situation that you may think may be fucked up.
And if things happen, live with it. Right?
Because accept responsibility for your own actions.
Live with it.
Plain, yeah, like that's all you got to do. But that's hard. Don't nobody want to be, you know, I need a bailout. I want somebody else to be responsible for it. I don't want to take care of it. I don't want to be responsible. But you had all the fun. You wanted to have all the fun.
Big
but
fun.
now you don't want to take care of what comes after the fun. You don't want to be responsible for that. You're a coward. I say it. It's a bunch of cowards.
Definitely.
So, you know, and this has nothing to do with people who need medical care, who have complications in pregnancy. This is reckless people who want to be bailed out because they choose to be sexually irresponsible and then feel like they're victims because the government is saying, and I ain't on their side. I don't agree with it. I don't disagree with it. I just know that it's always two sides of a coin. So I look at both of them because it's still one coin. And if you're not going to do that and you're only going to look at one side of the coin, then you're going to be stuck on that side. That's it. So that's the side you want to be on. Be stuck on that coin.
Yo, man. Yo, show me that. Yeah, he's what it was. I hear me, yo, son. Yeah, get
Which
out of
one?
here. He said, if you sign your rights away as a father, the judge can still order child support. What?
If you sign your rights away as a father, the judge can still, you just don't have a say in the decision of the child's life. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Man, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
So
crazy.
even more so, it is important for young people, for all people, shit, everybody who can make children, to be responsible with it. Like we said earlier, transgender men
What's the point of signing your rights away if you
are
can
more
still?
responsible. Are being more responsible than everybody out here. Just so I'm telling y'all women now, y'all women is being out responsible by transgendered men.
Wow.
For real, because usually they have a partner
Yeah.
and they make a choice to have children. It is a collective choice,
Yeah.
a decision to raise a child, to want to do this together.
Yeah, I'm not tripping when I'm saying that, bro. Like these are choices, these are plans that you make, right? If you have sex with somebody, you might make a child, and this might be a person that you might be stuck with for the rest of your life.
You know, and then it says easier said than done. Yeah, like I find out like people just don't want to be responsible. People don't want to be responsible. It's up to the court.
Damn, that's scary.
And the only exception is if the child's adopted. Yeah, because that's not your biological child in the first place, right? So yeah. Yeah, man.
Damn, God. This is depressing. This is a good conversation, but man, it's like it's so much, man. Like, and I guess I still got the same position, right? I'm anti-reckless sex.
Yeah, like I mean, that's the only way to combat this thing.
Like I'm anti-reckless sex. I'm anti family behavior, right? I'm pro family behavior. Um, I'm also pro abortion, right? Like I'm pro life. I'm pro your choice, right? Like I'm pro your choice on a lot of things, right? Like um as long as it's your choice and you own your choice, right? Again, it's about being accountable and responsible. And that's where I'm at with it, right? So like don't waste nobody time, man. Like fun is cool, but when they say you can have fun by yourself, try
That's no fun.
it.
That's no fun.
Right? Y'all say y'all can do bad by yourselves. Why don't you try, doing good by yourselves, right? Like just
Right.
refrain from not knowing people, right? Like make better choices, make good choices.
Make good choices. Yes.
Because that's what we're
love
talking about.
yourself more.
Yeah.
Love yourself a little bit more, to not allow yourself to be put in situations where you have to make those types of decisions. A woman could put a child up for adoption and avoid paying, but a man can't.
No, more than adoption. They could put the kid in the ATM. They
Yeah, they
could
can
they
just
could they
drop
could
off at the drop off box, at the
they can
drop box.
they can drop the kid off at hospitals, police stations, fire departments, and turn around and walk away, and nobody will say, "Excuse me, miss." Like 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 that is against their right. Like that is bananas to me. So I can still sign a paper saying I don't want this, and somebody can still say nah, but it's still yours. Like that's crazy, bro.
Yeah. He says, so is she a deadbeat? Yep.
Yeah, oh, yeah, shit,
I know you didn't think we was gonna fake on him.
yeah, shit.
We ain't gonna fake on him. Yeah, she a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she a deadbeat. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why she a deadbeat. And I'll share, because on Sick Out Sundays, we share what we want. We share personal stuff. My mama told me, plain and simple, that she gave my biological father the option. She explained to me when she told him that she was pregnant with me, she explained the whole the scene, the everything, and broke it down. So my mom ain't no deadbeat. And I love you, Mom, because she ain't give up on me. She been there for me since day one in whatever capacity she could be.
Mm.
Okay. So if she would have gave up on me, yeah, she would have been a deadbeat.
Should have dropped you off at the ATM.
Yeah, that's some deadbeat shit.
Should have dropped you off at the police station. Talk about
Plain
I'm
and
out.
simple. Real talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I can't. The other shoe on the other foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, the shoe fit. Lace that shit up, man. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, if you didn't want to do it, then you shouldn't have did it.
And it's that simple, man. And if you did it, then own it like we adults.
He said people scared to say. I ain't scared to say it. Nah, we ain't scared. What they gonna counsel me? What I got? What we got? I got 50 subscribers. I'm gonna get canceled. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like Trump is in office, right? He ain't get canceled.
Yo, in fact, he got convicted.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like the truth is being the truth. And one of the things I heard one of the brothers say was that, and not that they was agree, but they're running on masculinity, regardless of whether it's toxic or not. They still want a family. Whether it's extreme Christian views or whatever, they still are trying to promote a man being in the house and being responsible for what he has created. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not anti that at all.
I'm pro family, bro.
I'm pro family. You know, I don't care what side it's coming from. I think we need that, and especially at the rate of single Black parent households. Damn, at least somebody set an example. At least somebody's trying to put it in the atmosphere for somebody to pick up. So I'm saying we don't have to drink the fucking bleach, but we can get the sunshine.
Super easy.
You know what I'm saying? It's for what you decide you want to stay stuck on. If you only want to look at one side of the coin, you're making that choice to look at one side of the coin and be stuck on that side. I don't. It's two sides to every coin. They both spin the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to look at both of them. I don't play the fence when it comes to people because I'm genuine with people. But when it comes to all this other shit, you got to look at both sides of the coin. For everything. You got to look at both sides of the coin. For real. Like, if you don't, then you're doing a disservice to yourself because you're not properly educating yourself to make a properly informed decision. You know, if I don't fuck with a person, I don't fuck with you. Plain and simple. It ain't no, oh, yeah, cool, nah, I don't fuck with you. They might fuck with you over there and you can go chill, cool, that's your business. But Pearl won't be over there during that engagement. Plain and simple. But when it comes to making a decision on things in life that matter, it's always duality. It's always both sides of the coin. So you got to look at it, man. You can drink the bleach or you can get the sunshine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can ignore that shit. That don't insult me. I know better. Didn't we grow up with them little green yuck stickers and put on stuff? Then you grow up on that, don't drink the alcohol. Then somebody teach your ass, don't drink no alcohol and don't drink no peroxide and don't drink the Windex and the what else was underneath the cabinet? The ammonia, and don't drink none of that, right?
Don't mix ammonia and bleach together.
Don't mix them together, right? Come on. Like, you already got taught that. So just because somebody said that, now you offended? Like, this shit is getting way out of hand. This shit is getting way out of hand. So.
And you're offended because you don't want to take accountability to not drink the bleach, but get the sunshine.
Right. Like, stop it, man.
But he said drink the bleach. Okay.
Okay. so
Don't.
go have a full cup then. You know what I'm saying?
Or
you know,
don't, right? Like go have
yeah,
a full glass or
you know,
don't.
don't then. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You so mad at it, like fuck it, like you know. I hear dumb shit all the time, and it don't bother me. I'm like, what? Change the channel. You know what I'm saying?
100% facts.
Yeah, like you ain't gotta be stuck on shit, man. But or you could be stuck on it. Fuck it. It's your life. Stay stuck. You know, stay stuck right where the fuck you at. Period. It's okay. We won't be there when you get back. Trust me.
For real.
So tonight, y'all. Tonight, y'all, man, we've been talking about the word abortion. We answered 3 questions tonight. Well, we had 3 questions that kind of steered our conversation. And our first question was, should the government go back to supporting abortion on the federal level? And we shared some really good insights about that. Our second question was, is abortion solely the woman's decision? And we had some good insights about that one too, man. And the comments was crazy. I want to thank y'all for commenting in the chat. And our third question was, is there any benefit to abortion being banned aside from special circumstances? And we talked a lot about that, closing out about some of these special circumstances that we were unaware of. And it's interesting, but ultimately it came down to, like we said, we just want people to realize that you don't have to put yourself in these situations. Like you do have the ability to do that. If you are concerned about, your rights being taken from you, like you still have the right of you to choose what you allow and subject yourself to. And I'm just like that. I don't need the laws if I do that. I don't worry about the laws. If I'm doing that, I already know it's something that I don't want to be a part of,
Yeah.
and I don't want to engage in. Like, I don't want to. Then you avoid it. And I think I think everybody has things that they avoid in life. Why can't this be added to your fucking list? Like this can't be added to the list too. I don't want to be in that situation. So I'm gonna be mindful of putting myself in a situation that may cause that. It's like, I don't know. I guess the easier said than done thing, but I don't know. I'm like, sometimes things are easily more done if we just go ahead and put our mind to it the same way we put our mind to do some other bullshit or something productive. The choice is yours. So, God, final words, God, what you got? Is abortion bad, good, or misunderstood?
Like I said, like I'm pro the choices, right? Like if an abortion is needed, is definitely good. The way that this argument, that the way at least I'm understanding it, the way it's being used is, I would say, is bad, because it only seems to, from my ignorant position, to only be talking about reckless sex and not healthcare needs for real, right? So I think I think they're tricking us and using the word healthcare, but only talking about whoredom. Right.
Whoredom. Spell it, nigga. Whoredom. Use it in a sentence, God. Use it in a sentence.
I did already.
I need an example of what whoredom is. Oh, the whoredom. Oh man, that is a good one. Whoredom.
Right, like that's like it just feels like You know, if you look at and I'm closing out on this, right? If you look at the election campaign, you know, one side is what you say, like they pushing masculinity, but that masculinity seemed to have been very family centered and family driven and family oriented, where the other side um looked like they was pushing femininity, and that femininity was very reckless and loose booty and very naked and very sexual and sensual and irresponsible, right? Like
Yeah, a lot of whoredom.
a lot, right? Like a lot.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, right. Like hotties for Harris. Like I think that alone is disrespectful, right? Like that's something like you would see in like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off kind of thing, like in a TV in a movie or something like that, right? But in real life, somebody really running to be the president of the United States, and they have a huge part of their campaign is trying to get sex appeal,
yeah,
right? Or try to not maybe not even get sex appeal, but try to use the woman's body to manipulate people into voting, right? It's like it's okay to objectify her and sexualize her now for this moment, for this entertainment, but don't do it after this. Right? Like it's just weird, bro. Yeah, it's
yeah.
weird.
It was very insulting and
Very insulting and
confusing
confusing.
and confusing, to say the least. But definitely, we had a great conversation this evening.
Definitely.
We want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank y'all for turning up in the chat this evening. Make sure to like and share the video, hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. We also want everybody to have a peaceful and positive and productive start to your week, y'all. It's so important. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to God
Happy
Ali
Veterans Day.
Double L.
Happy
You know
Veterans
what I'm
Day, God.
saying? And to all the veterans out there. My man D, my man G from the D. Happy V Day, bro.
Dr. Mo in the building. Happy Veterans Day.
Oh, Dr. Mo vet too. Happy
Yeah.
Veterans Day to Dr. Mo.
You need to get her on you need to get her on your veterans kettle. That's a good positive one. Like she got a lot of information about a lot of government programs and
Oh, sweet.
grants. Yeah, she's definitely somebody to talk to.
Sweet. We're gonna link that up, Dr. Mo. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna get the contact from the God. And that's all we got for y'all, man. We want to thank y'all for tuning in once again. Without y'all, this wouldn't be possible. And we'll see y'all next time, next Sunday, right here on Cigar Sundays Live.
If they don't
Peace,
cancel
God.
us. Peace,
If
God.
they don't cancel us, right? I don't think we getting canceled.
Yeah, not because we was using the right words and stuff, right? We were saying essay and stuff. Like we was being
I tell you, transgender men is being more responsible than single women. Like, come on, like they won't cancel that.
I know, right?
That's good information. Like we said, like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
come on, sisters, women, step up your game.
Do
You
better.
know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the insult. I'm saying that because there's an example being set of people being responsible. That could be, you know. So once again, everybody have a peaceful, positive, productive start to your week. You know, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live.
Word.
And we'll see y'all next week right here on the channel. Peace, God.
Peace, God.
Happy holidays from DBCHEFTV. Get dipped in fresh drip with 25 off the entire website from now to January with a huge selection and savings for every Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas list. Celebrate the holiday with DBCHEFTV gifts. Visit www.dbcheftv.com and tap the gift shop link.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Girl, we got that touchscreen love. Every time we kiss, I see your face light up. Similar to lightning bugs. Swear I never felt this, so it must be love. Girl, we got that touchscreen love. Every time we kiss, I see your face light up. Similar to lightning bugs. Swear I never felt this, so it must be love. I said lately, I've been thinking about you crazy. Wondering will you be my lady? Cause I wanna take you down. Girl, I wanna show you what this loving's all about. It's our time, girl. I wouldn't waste another minute if my heart wasn't in it. Let me take you down, girl, and spread you on my bed and show you how I'm about to. Girl, we got that touchscreen love. Every time we kiss, I see your face light up. Similar to lightning bugs. Swear I never felt